What is up? What is up? Little intro, some highlights from last week's games. Debo started off right there. That was a pretty good like right there at the end, showing some Debo highlights. But yeah, got Tyler in here. What's up, Tyler?
What's up? Say what? Say what?
So you ain't at the dealer today?
Nah, man, I got off a little early. My kid had a soccer game, so I got to go watch him. He scored a goal.
Let's go.
Super pumped for 4-year-old soccer. It's a lot of like mobbing each other, you know, and then the ball just pops out into the goal every now and then. But yeah, it was a good time. Glad to not be working late tonight.
Yeah, I'm coaching my 4-year-old too, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, dude, they just mob each other. It's hilarious.
Yeah, Kittle's just swatting that. He's playing. We said they need to put Kittle on defense.
Yeah,
he's playing better defense than offense. I mean, I'm gonna tell you right now, Kittle actually. What's up, Fish? Kittle actually, he's been a really good blocker. I mean, I think that's what he is too. I mean, people understand that's why he's on the field so much. That's why he has so many. Like his snap share is crazy. Like he's on the field so much because he's an elite blocker.
Yeah, just that style they run too.
I just got the game up, man. I bet CMC has got to have a killer game tonight.
Yeah,
I mean he's been pretty damn good every week. I mean, I one of my bolder. I mean, I don't know how bold it is, but I mean it's bold enough for me. I mean, I said so for a second time in his career, he'll go for over 2,000 all-purpose yards, and I think he'll do it this year. There goes a big run right there.
As long as he stays healthy, yeah, for sure.
Well, I mean, you can say that about any player.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Nick Chubb would have been RB1 had he not just snapped his knee.
I
know, dude. I'm with you.
God, Thibodeau.
It was a sad day. Sad day.
It was a very sad day. Yeah, we watched it. I mean, that was Monday watch party. So it's been 4 players in the last, 4 Monday night games that have gotten injured. Yeah. Hamlin was one. Who just got hurt? Was it Shaq?
Bryce Young's out. He played Monday.
There you go. Bryce Young's gonna miss this week. The Red Rifle is gonna make a comeback.
Shaq Thomas.
Shaq Thompson, yeah.
Yeah, Shaq Thompson. He went out too.
I think they already put him on IR.
Rodgers went out on a Monday.
Well, let's stop talking about who's going to go out on Monday, okay? or Thursday.
Who plays Monday night game?
Jennings, man, I picked him up a lot last year in best ball. Is Ayuk's out tonight? Yeah.
Yeah, Ayuk's out. Jennings is always a good best ball go because, I mean, any random week he's going to have like a 60 yards and a touchdown just on like one ball.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Yeah.
What's up, Anthony? Anthony said getting some final work done on the article for tomorrow. I'll jump in things in a bit.
Nice.
Appreciate your work, Anthony.
What's
up, Ronnie?
Yo, what up?
Hook out there, kind of keeping an eye out for Panook.
Mel, what's up, Mel? Ooh, there we go. Mel says she's got Jennings in best ball. I forgot to I wanted to get a lineup in, but
CMC. Oh, go. Oh.
I got CMC playing tonight.
Which Jennings are you guys talking about? Broken leg?
Juwan, yeah.
Greg Jennings. He's talking about Greg Jennings.
Greg Jennings.
Greg Jennings, yeah.
He's back.
He's
no way.
He came back from the broadcast booth, baby.
Man, I played in IDP, Iggy, my IDP league. I played Bosa tonight. He hasn't had a sack yet this season, but I figured if he was going to have a couple, this would be the game.
Yeah, I started him tonight. I think this could be the night where he comes back.
The whole left side of the offense is a second string, so
yeah, they said Andrew Thomas is out.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So I was like, I just gotta play it. I gotta play him. At least for the pressures, maybe, right?
Here you go. You guys got a question? Andrew said, which DST you playing between Ravens and Seahawks? I mean, I'm streaming Seahawks this week for sure. They looked fantastic last week.
Yeah, and Saints are down on they play Saints, right?
The Saints play the Packers.
Oh yeah, it was the Packers. Yeah, that's another good D to take this week.
Green Bay or
the Saints? No, Green Bay. I think they're missing their wide receiver 1, their RB1, their left tackle, their left guard.
I think Aaron Jones practiced full speed today. We'll see though.
Oh, that'd be great.
Dude, the Seahawks play the Panthers this week, and they got the Red Rockets.
Yeah, Seahawks.
Did you guys see my absolutely worthless post on Twitter today about that? It was like Andy Dalton starting for the Panthers this week, and then it was just a poll, and both options were I thought he was retired. I didn't.
So I have an Andy Dalton rookie auto card. So I'm hoping that he just has like the most amazing game of all time tomorrow. So I could just like immediately get it on eBay.
Oh yeah.
All those Red Rifle lovers.
Damn it! I should have sold it right away, man. It was worth so much, and now it's not even worth the crumbs in bottom of a bag of chips.
Dude, it's crazy how that works.
It's like any kind of stocks, man. It's like a stocks, anything.
Yeah, they tend to follow the trend of like how they're playing. And once that player falls off, so does the card until you get to where like the player's getting like talked about getting put in the Hall of Fame. Then their value goes back up.
Here we go. I think you'll like this one. Let me get this close up real quick.
3rd and 10, baby.
What do you think, Ronnie?
Oh yeah.
Guess what it is? 1 of 15.
That's pretty sick.
See that, Russ and Sutton?
Yeah. I wish that Sutton wasn't so fucking dusted.
This is my favorite, dude. T-Law rookie.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I like that. Like I'm obviously a lifer for Russ and everything, but
I got a lot of fun cards in here, man. I'll show you. I gotta find the glory, dude. The card that'll never lose value. It only goes up. Kobe Bryant card.
That's sick.
The value of this is going down right now. I'll tell you that. Fucking Jamar.
I had a holographic Charizard in 4th grade, and that was the only like.
I had a Charizard too, but when we were kids, we didn't really, understand what value was. I had all this like Star Wars shit that you never should have opened up, and now it's like worth like all this money. I'm like, damn it, I had that toy, and it's worth like $10,000.
You remember Batman the Animated Series in the 90s?
Dude, that's do I remember?
That's my favorite show ever made. I have all but like 5 of them.
Do you see what's do you see what's back here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sick.
We can't enter Batman world. We can't enter Batman World. I was on the
JC,
screen.
why didn't we next year at the expo, you and I can geek out for like 2 hours over beer?
Dude,
on
we
Batman.
could probably make maybe
if
one
you
of
were
these
on
days,
for the
we could probably do a
Let's say-
30-minute show at like once a week if we wanted to, like just talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We could pick an episode
It would
and
be
watch
fun.
it.
It would be fun to do
like a movie, and we'll talk about it. It would be kind of fun.
It'd be fun to do a fantasy show and try to like apply the superheroes to the players we're talking about each week. We actually have a little thing we're doing over at Gridiron Ratings, which I probably shouldn't have said anything. Jeff will get pissed at me that it has to do with that. It should be fun. I love Batman, dude. Like in the Batman the Animated Series, though, I brought that up because I have all of the action figures except for 5 or 6 of them. And you'd think they'd be worth money because they're in their boxes still. They're worth like $18 each. They haven't appreciated in value at all. It's a terrible investment.
But they haven't depreciated either, which is good.
No, they've doubled in value.
I like these, man. I got a lot of Ichiro cards.
That's cool.
I love Ichiro, dude. I'm gonna tell you right now, as a kid, I got ripped off, man. So from my grandma's house, we used to bike down to this card shop, man. I must have been like 10 or 11. It was right when Ichiro was a rookie. So I ended up buying this pack of cards, for like $5, and I pulled this rookie Ichiro card, and this guy goes, "Oh, dude, I'll give you I'll let you go pick any pack of cards, and I'll give you like $40." And that card was worth like there right out of the package, it was worth like $300.
That's cool.
Now that card's worth a lot of money.
Did you take the deal?
I took the deal, dude. Are you kidding me? Yeah, dude. Terrible deal. If anybody wants to make a trade, come holler at me.
I don't think that I'm actually in any leagues with you.
Don't worry. Next year I got some really fun ideas. If you want to do some collabs, I think I got some really, really cool ideas. So
this was our first year. We did the Jersey leagues for the Fantasy Football Advice Network members.
Yeah, cool. I like that.
I want to do something next year as well. I just don't know if I want to bring back the Jersey leagues or if I'm going to do something different.
Let me just humble brag my Jersey League team.
Just a little humble brag.
It's disgusting. I will be taking home the DeAndre Swift jersey. I got Jalen Hurts and Kirk Cousins, which is whatever. Travis Etienne, not my favorite. Raheem Mostert, whatever. Alvin Kamara waiting on the bench. Ayuk, Nico, Pittman, CD, Travis Kelce, Brian Robinson, Zay Flowers. Oh my gosh, Zach Ertz. And I've got the 3 best defenses. You put me in a league full of ding dongs, man.
Is that one of the signed jersey leagues?
Yeah.
There you go. I got one here that Mel and Iggy will absolutely love. This is like a really, really rare card. It's a one of one. You ready for this? It's a one of one card. That's sick.
And who is it?
Romeo Dobbs.
Oh, that's sick, man. Yeah.
It's a one of one rookie card. It's the tags. It's the tag. So it's like the Nike tag on their player tag on their jersey.
That's sick. From the rookie season or from like a practice squad?
Yeah, it's his rookie card.
That's dope. The idea, since I'm only gonna be here to the first quarter, I can open up a pack of cards. You can do a break right here live. Maybe not to give away, but just to look.
Oh, listen, Iggy, we JC and I already talked at halftime. We're just throwing on Sirius XM and we're gonna start reviewing your show with Bob.
Maybe that'll be a good idea.
Maybe that would be a good idea.
Maybe that would be a good idea. Iggy, I love how you're so nonchalant about like everything.
Dude, he lives in Colorado. I would be too.
Yeah, man.
So I'm gonna tell you right now, I live in Minnesota. I try to be nonchalant, but I know it's coming in a couple of months.
Man,
Devastation. I mean, you guys get snow, but can't you kind of get away from it? Iggy, you still get a lot of snow where you live too.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I'm in Tennessee.
Dude, snow is like I mean, it's fun for a little bit.
It's 6,500 feet. So
It's fun for a little bit, but then you gotta drive.
Tyler,
it.
next time I come to Memphis, we're getting some ribs.
You gotta
We
Yeah.
talked about it at the expo. There's that spot right next to the Tigers basketball stadium or basketball arena. It's
Yeah.
Go
like
Hall of Famer.
parking lot by Lowe's. It's like the best barbecue in the
Pro
United
Shop?
States of America.
Little Dirk
Huh?
Nowitzki.
Oh yeah.
That's
I mean, we love the Bass Pro. I can tell you though, the spot by the pyramid is not the best ribs in Memphis.
No, the best spot in Memphis, in my opinion, based on 15-year-old intelligence, is the place in the parking lot outside of Lowe's, right by the University of Memphis campus.
That's probably pretty good. In Memphis, if you hit a spot in the parking lot, it's probably dope.
Yeah.
They just can't afford to open a restaurant, but it's probably A1.
No, this place is a restaurant though. It's like in a shack. It's old as shit. It's like 85 years old. You know, you've been there.
Here he is.
Probably.
Austin got you a tackle, fella. Got a tackle, forced the third and short.
Tyler,
I
I
need
interrupted
lots of
you.
those.
Where do you think the best ribs are? Memphis?
Cozy Corner.
Cozy Corner.
Yeah, it was
The best barbecues in South Carolina.
oh god. Here goes the vinegar guy.
Okay, come on, man. Everybody knows the best barbecues from Texas. I mean, that's just
Oh god.
how it is. So,
All right, one more.
I'm just gonna pretend I'm not hearing anything that I'm hearing right now.
well,
All right.
barbecues brisket, you know. Let me clarify. Best
Hey man, I'm on a stream right now and we're talking about barbecue. Have you heard of Cozy Corner?
He's got the grandfather clock going again.
Oh my gosh. What happened?
My friend Oliver's from Memphis. He says you're full of nonsense. Cozy Corner doesn't exist.
Oh, that's bullshit. Cozy. Hold on a second. Now, the guy that owned it originally, he passed like 6 years ago
Oliver,
and left it to his wife.
For that. I love you, dude. Hey,
Oh, hold on a second.
Let's see.
this is my best friend since I was 4 years old. I met him in Memphis. We grew up there, and I'm just curious what he thought.
So you grew up in Memphis too?
All right, I'll give you guys a little.
First
Cozy
more than
Corner.
4 years of my life. I lived
right
in Knoxville.
Dude, those
4
little
years
places
in
are the
Memphis.
best. Those little places are the best.
Yeah, it's I mean, best. I'm not a big ribs guy, but those, man, my mouth waters thinking about them.
Wait, Iggy, were you born in Memphis?
No, he was born in Texas.
Oh, okay. Iggy said that. He was like, "You're born in Memphis too?" Like, I thought we had 3 just like born by blood criminals on the stream right now.
All right.
Were you born in Memphis, Ronnie?
No, I was born in Knoxville, but it's all the same in Tennessee.
I wasn't born in Memphis either, but I'm here.
I just always think that's how I got to Memphis.
My wife hates Memphis.
Walking in Memphis.
All right, Ronnie. I got one more. This is like my pride and joy. This card. I pulled this card in 2011. It was pretty amazing. You ready for it?
Oh, drop.
There you go.
Right through the hands. That'd have been a big play.
Dude, that's fucking cool. That's awesome. Doubled in value the day that the helicopter crashed.
So that's a 16 out of 24. 16 out of 24. I could probably sell this for.
Dude, what if you had the 8 out of 24?
Yeah,
that would be pretty sweet.
That one's probably worth a fuck ton. That's still, I mean, I'm not trying to say yours.
So I saw one that was like a 20 of 24, and that one was selling for like $8,000.
Wow.
Let's see.
I'm still big. What's up, everybody? I'm big.
Dude, that's sick. I also I've got this game going on behind my computer here, and it might just not missing.
Not much is happening in this game. It's big time defensive game. I mean, that's what I kind of figured. I started a lot of defensive players. I mean, I guess we'll see. I mean, the same players Iggy talked about on the show earlier are the 2 guys that I played. And,
hey, you guys got to catch up to the Gridiron Ratings team in Gary Davenport's Wall League. Are y'all on it with us?
I got more stuff, so we might as well. You know, I got Fred Warner right here, bro.
Come on.
I got you said you got your helmet back there. Here's mine. So these are the ones that are these are the ones that they actually give the players on the field. It's got the actual, warning slip that they give you. No, it actually, this is the real on-field helmets. that they give to the players. But this
Right down the pipe. 3-3.
little Fred Warner.
You're ahead of us.
Oh, my bad.
It's okay.
This
I'm
game
just trying
is
to figure out how
all.
you're ahead of me.
This game is all defense, baby. This is Iggy's kind of game right now.
What are you talking about? Two drives, 2 scores.
DST, defense and special teams.
He's one of those kickers don't exist guys. Like the kickers don't belong in fantasy. We should delete the kicker.
They do if you make them score fun. I think punters should be in fantasy too. That shit would be crazy. Like coffin kicks are ridiculous. Could you imagine? Who was it last week? Was it Monday? That guy that put that shit, like he kicked it and then hit the ground and it just completely bounced right and it rolled out right at the one. You're like,
that was the Steelers.
The Steelers game. Yeah, that shit was yeah. He's a really good punter. People like that would be crazy to reward. That has got to be insane to do.
Yeah, man, I love it.
Well, field goals, you got to think about anybody that kicks anything over 50 yards. That's got to be crazy, especially if you're outdoors. Indoors, I guess that's the same old. That's practicing. But if you're outdoors in an element, seeing them. So being at that game. So when we were playing at TCF Stadium, which is the Gophers Stadium here in Minnesota. For anybody that watches college football, well, the Vikings for a couple of years after the Metrodome collapsed, from all the snow that was on top of it. Good thing there was no people in there because that shit would have been devastating. But so they, while the new stadium was getting built, they played outdoors for 2 years and getting to watch that. I mean, I guess watching against the Seahawks versus, the Vikings, and it was super cold. That I think it was minus 11, I think that day. Outside, and it was the kickers. Only people that were making your points in that game were kickers, and here comes Vikings kicker. Just boots it right to the left. And that's how we miss going to the playoffs, and it's pretty devastating.
Oh man, Vikings.
It's just outdoor elements. How cold it was. Imagine kicking a football in minus 11 degrees.
That's it.
It's like kicking a rock, bro. But or kicking in a windy ass game. There's so much you have to think about. Some of these kickers, man. Who is the Dallas's kicker? So I mean, I can't imagine having DST for if you're awarded for. Do you get awarded for kicker points at all?
Depends on the scoring.
Because that would be crazy. I mean, that would be a really good stack. That rookie that they have, I've been picking him up everywhere to play this week. That kicker that's for Dallas, they have that rookie. He's been last week he scored 18. Yeah. Scored 18 points. I feel their defense is so good, and Dak has kind of just been kind of mediocre, or he'll get a lot of field goals, but he gets those, or he'll get a lot of extra points, but he gets opportunities to kick field goals. I feel with Dak Prescott. And he kicks some far field goals. So I think he's might be a fun pickup this week if he's out there. And he's been out there in a lot of.
I just want to acknowledge, speaking of kickers, that the Giants kicker just rainbow kicked the ball to himself and handed it to the ref. It was kind of smooth.
Another thing that kickers should be awarded for is onside kicks. If an onside kick is recovered, that should be awarded.
That should be 20 points.
That should be awarded to the kicker or the the DST. I think, don't they get rewarded for that? Iggy, do you know that?
For which league?
Onside kicks. Period. Have you seen anything has that been something that people get rewarded for?
I guess you would get an onside recovery. Yeah, you would get a.
Yeah, they do that. But I like that, JC.
Kicker should get awarded. You got to. That's a hell of a kick. You got to. That's pretty. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
that's
yeah.
I'm well picking up what you're putting down. I'm into it.
And if you see a kicker, a double reward if the kicker recovers it, which happened I think in week 1, I can't remember what game that was. Might have been the Browns game.
Elijah Mitchell's in.
Yeah, Mitchell's in up the gut. I don't know why we can't find our guy, man. I need to.
So I would like to play in a league that did that, awarded onside points, but also went and what up, Fish? Took a bunch of really rare occurrences, 2-point conversions for IDP. I'm in one league that awards 16 points or something ridiculous if you get a 2-point conversion to your individual IDP player. I used to play. One of the first leagues I played in actually was a league where if you got over 500 passing yards or over 200 rushing or receiving yards, that's like super rare thresholds. You got like a 15-point bonus because the idea was like if your player had that good of a week in real life, you probably won. Therefore, you should win this.
So
I would love to have for inside kickers.
I play in a league with Bass, Chuck Bass.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just all it is a cute quarterback league. So it's only six people play in the league, and you draft. It's 5 rounds, so everyone has to start 5 QBs, and you get like a big 25-point bonus for tackles. So if you have a quarterback that throws interceptions, they get rewarded if they get the tackle. If they get the tackle, so like they'll get a 25-point bonus. It's crazy. So you'll have quarterbacks score like 60, 70 points because they threw an interception and then had a tackle.
What type of throw is that?
He was throwing it away.
Yeah,
I don't want to see that.
So did you like that play? It's what I talked about earlier, Iggy. So I had Brock Purdy and I had Daniel Jones on a team. It was still a 1 QB league, but I think I drafted Purdy late, and it was 18th or 19th round or something. So it was a deep league. But so I saw Russell Wilson sitting out there, and I picked him up to play this week and sat both of them. I don't know. I'm telling you, there was just I got some kind of feeling I played Russ everywhere. There's something about him, man. I don't know. Like I said, that StatMuse thing, I looked that up, and it's spread out. He didn't play him that many times. Obviously teams are different, but are they?
He was a quarterback 1 every single year of his career until he got hurt in 2020, and then last year obviously doesn't count because he had an inverse coach coaching. It was hurting the team to have that person as that.
Man, coach. You could build a really fun DFS. We could probably build one right now if we wanted to, a DFS team, with players who's that Johnson, that backup wide receiver, that Russ was throwing to, who had 2 touchdowns. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You just build a super
he was the one that caught the one that got popped up.
Johnson.
Yeah, but anything that's upside play, right? And in DFS he'll be super low bat, he'll have he'll cost nothing.
Yeah, but he'll also it's one of those either win it for you or lose it for you. You know?
Yeah, what I mean? That's one that you put in the Millie Maker. You put $5 in on something that's a crazy thing, like him, Russ. Who else do we think that's going to do really well this week? Who else did I play this week?
Ronnie, you're in denial, bro.
Travis Etienne, somebody that I kind of like this week. I was talking with Iggy about it just because Houston. So listen, versus Houston, Zach Moss versus Houston just went off, right? So I think Houston was another team that another team that had in the week 1 was a team that led a lot of rushing yards against them as well. I think that
as long as Petrie is limited or not playing, I play any running back.
I played that whole team this week. I think Jags are going to be. Houston is a team also. It's not. I wouldn't be playing any defensive players just because, or at least any defensive backs. And I guess you could for tackles if you want to get tackles, because the amount of passes that are going to be made in that game from C.J. Stroud. Man, he threw 50-something passes last week.
Yeah, they definitely let him throw.
Iggy, what are your thoughts on that? If you're going against a team or a quarterback that throws the ball that many times, are defensive backs rewarded a lot more points because of tackles?
If they can get them, yeah. If your league's set up, sometimes you can put bonuses for cornerbacks or safeties getting tackles, just like you can a tight end premium. But yeah, if there's typically you want to be against a quarterback that could have a lot of pass attempts if you're going to be in coverage a lot.
Isn't that what you would consider opportunity?
Yeah, volume opportunity. Yeah.
There we go. Dang, man.
You're saying that the more times a player touches the ball, the better chance they're going to have a good day in fantasy football.
Well, I'm trying to think of some other players that I'm really excited. Obviously, I definitely Fields is somebody I'm still sitting. Man, I'm so happy. Whose league? I think I think it's in FF7s. Where is it? FF7s that I have. Kirk Cousins. I have Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson, and TJ Hawkinson. So they're all players that are at least two of those players are the number one at their position, and JJ is like 4 just because Puka's been ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Oh, they're calling it just a sack at 1. And that
all right, I gotta reboot my Prime because I gotta catch
Who
up.
got the sack?
I told you, Bosa, baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's go.
Those.
I have so
I'm
much
happy.
They didn't even. Baller was like, forget. Who is that? Bellinger. I don't even know what they were thinking.
See, if that was in a cool league and it was a safety, that'd be like a 40-point play.
Yeah, so he almost got the safety.
That's his first sack of the season.
I knew he was going to get it tonight.
So there was a line they did
not
at
a
work.
sack? Or how's that not a? They don't call it safety because he fell backwards into the end zone.
Yeah. Like his forward progress was stopped right there.
He kept his toes in.
They got the.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to get out of here and prep, but I'll be on the show.
Go crush it, man. Proud of you.
You're gonna crush it. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, man.
What are you doing, Iggy? Maybe I missed that.
I'm going to be on Sirius with Bob Harris here.
You know, a little indie fantasy football show.
All right, dude. That's awesome.
Yeah, and I'll try to hop on the PATs tonight too, so that'll be fun.
Yeah,
it's a good time, man.
But let me open these cards because most of the time I give a bet. Of course, I gave a bet over on the Advice Network, talking about.
Hey, I like that bet. That was a good one.
Not much tonight, but that don't mean it can't change. So let's see. Here's a pack of cards that we give away whenever the guests tune in on Thursdays. And Mondays, we try to give away a pack of cards and some stickers. So it's just a pack of 5. I don't have the plastic sleeves to do this in, but here we go. Y'all ready? Oh, man.
The best way to do it is you pull from the front like this and the back like that. You gotta pinch the front. There you go.
John Watson, Henry Ruggs.
All right, here we go. First card. Who is it?
Dude, that's the kid reporter card.
What does that mean?
It means nothing.
All right, let's try this again.
This is the kid reporter.
There's an upside down. I think this is a rookie. Is that a rookie?
What does it say? It
says a rated rookie. Rookie card.
Who is it?
Zonovan Knight, man. The Jets. All right. Off to
Zonovan.
All right. Oh,
he might be working with Tyler soon.
IDP Fanatics. We got Brisker there. Another rookie card. Gotta like that.
He might be working with me soon.
Isn't that what all the washed up players do? They go work at car dealerships.
Olave, rookie card. Not bad.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Christopher Olave.
That's sick. That's
boy.
super cool.
Sleeve that bad boy.
Yeah,
who won this? Did I win this one?
Kyler Murray, everybody's favorite.
Oh god,
he's gonna be an Oakland A soon.
And then Tua Tagovailoa. So we've got 2 of them. I do need to put this a lot.
QB1, baby. Like QB2.
Yeah, sleeve that.
So a lot.
That was an absolute, right?
Absolute.
So I pulled this out of an absolute. Is that were those absolute or what was that absolute?
Absolute number 109 rookie card.
I pulled this out of an absolute.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
That's worth a lot right now.
No, it's not. It will be. So when Dak Prescott gets hurt this year and Trey Lance comes in and dominates, he's like, "Rah!" I'm just be like, "All right, come get this. You know, I got it for you."
All right,
guys. Out there, Marcy. I mean, you know, you like him.
Yeah, kill it on the show, man.
I will prep right
Good luck, brother. We appreciate you.
All right, man. Y'all have fun. Keep killing it.
Love you, Iggy.
It's always about having fun. Oh, Fish is like, I'll take that one.
I bet.
Yeah, I like collecting cards. I mean, it sucks though. Panini now got basically they got shut down by the NFL.
Hey, we got a little Wandale sighting.
Wandale Robinson?
Yeah.
That's rare.
Oh yeah. Wandale.
I mean, so his cards were like worth a lot like rookie cards are crazy. Like people go nuts over rookie cards, especially if it's like Brock Purdy. Dude, Kenny Pickett cards or were like like I don't know, the value's just been going like this or that though. Like at the beginning of the season, dude, his cards were like worth 1,000. Like you get money for his cards.
So speaking of Wandale, my wife is doing her first year playing fantasy football. So, we can watch it together on Sundays and stuff. And somebody offered her a trade trying to get who was it? It was like one of our top receivers for Marvin Mims and some other jabroni that's not playing. And it was one of those like where they're trying to basically sell you their bench, for like one of your starters. Oh, it was for Najee. It was Mims and somebody else for Najee. And she was like, "Why would I do this?" I was like, "You wouldn't do that." She was like, "Yeah." And then I was like, "That what that is, babe, is that somebody's garbage that they're trying to patch together to get a player of value from you." And she goes,
Mike Tomlin wouldn't commit on Najee being the lead back.
Yeah. Well, so then 10 minutes later, the guy drops Mims and picks up Wandale. And I was like, "See, babe, garbage, droppable."
He is not, yeah. So what sucks is, man, I had to drop Marvin Mims in a league for a DST, and it really hurt because like Marvin Mims then goes that week and goes off. But he was like my lowest like value player. Like there's other players that I'm not going to drop. Like
Russ isn't going to connect with him for a 70-yard touchdown.
Like Tajay Spears is somebody that there's no way I'm dropping him. If anybody has a deeper league and Tajay Spears is out in their league, go get him right now. Just because if anything does stop happening to Derrick Henry, he has already shown that he can step in and do some work.
Yeah, Henry's dealing with a toe injury. They said.
Yeah, he'll probably still play.
I mean, yeah, he'll play. It's Derrick Henry. Good block.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty big this is definitely an all defensive game, kicking some bunch of kicks, but I figured that this would be a big defensive game. I mean,
I thought
Niners are pretty strong, man.
I thought San Fran would just take off.
You think so?
I mean, the 370.
I don't think that. I mean, I don't think Purdy is that great. I mean, I think he's good.
Purdy is exactly what you need. He's accurate and serviceable. That works for Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, he's serviceable. I mean,
Kyle Shanahan don't want a personality.
McCaffrey. I mean, having McCaffrey there definitely helps, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You have also somebody else with a really big personality in Deebo Samuel and George Kittle. Like it's all personalities there. You don't need Brock Purdy just like I'm here to hang out and throw the ball. But man, he made some big mistakes when he played at Iowa. Like there were some big ones. But he's definitely shown that he stepped up in some big situations especially when it came to last year at the end of the year in the playoffs. Until he got hurt. What do you got?
Invited me with dinner.
What did you get?
So first of all, I must preface this. He has me doing this like cleanse thing her mom does every like quarter of the year. It's a week long. So this week I can't have any alcohol. All I can pretty much drink is water, and then I can only eat like fruits and vegetables. And not like starches. Like I can't eat potatoes, I can't eat beans.
How have your number twos been?
They've been fine. But yeah, so I've got some tomatoes, some kiwi, some oranges, and I've got some sauteed mushrooms and onions. Everybody's like, that doesn't sound good. All your expressions are like,
I mean, you know what? It sounds really good. I had Chipotle.
Chipotle is good.
I got some chips and guac in there. I was thinking about grabbing, but
what is Mike Evans on the season right now,
dude? So let's think about this. So we can talk about this. And I've got a good perspective. That's damn Debo. See ya. Ooh, big run by. I mean, that was a nice play by Deebo Samuel. I mean, what did he get there? 20, 25 yards. That's big. So let's see, they were on the 20-yard line, about the 21-yard line. Yeah, I mean, caught back in the. It was a nice little screenplay out to the left. Yeah, about 25 yards. That was a nice play. So here's my thoughts on Mike Evans. My thought on Mike Evans is the fact that he played against. I mean, you could say that either one of these receivers, they played against two of the worst secondaries in the NFL. I'll tell you right now, Minnesota's secondary is terrible, and Chicago's secondary is terrible.
Yeah.
Mike Evans is really, really damn good, but there's some shit going on there. Okay, let's read the deal now. That's just my thoughts on why Mike Evans been doing pretty damn good. Same thing with Godwin. I figured that week one. It's like, so I said this in the beginning of the year. I was like, if you play against the Minnesota Vikings, start your receivers against them, especially in DFS.
So what do you think about Baker?
Dude, it's gonna be a bonanza this week. Mike Evans or Keenan Allen's gonna have
go CMC go
2 touchdowns. Oh. Damn, McCaffrey. That's a nice 10-yard run.
I have to confess something.
Just giving me Mike Evans and Miles Sanders for Josh Jacobs. Mike Evans and Miles Sanders for Josh Jacobs. So here is what Greg would tell you: the curse of 370, and then Bob Harris would say there's no such thing as curses. So that would be what we kind of heard tonight. He said, my other RBs are Breece Hall, James Cook. Also, my wide receivers are T. Higgins, Zay Flowers, and Jackson Smith and Jigba. So you're basically giving – I mean, Zay Flowers is kind of turning it up. Smith and Jigba, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I'm doing this deal.
You're going to – I would do that.
You would? So you would – so he's getting Mike Evans and Miles Sanders for Josh Jacobs. Yeah, mm-hmm. I think I would do this trade.
It's definitely like a sell. It's not even a sell low on Jacobs, and that's why I'd do it, because you're buying low on Miles Sanders, you're selling low on Josh Jacobs, whatever. Jacobs is a better asset, but Mike Evans comes in as the auxiliary piece, and he's arguably right now, if you want to just judge by market value, he's the number 2 wide receiver in fantasy. He should be worth a lot more than any of those players by himself. So I would take that. And then if
really buying him at his high, man, I'm telling you, just because of the fact he's played so many, it's a decent deal to at least give you a stronger wide receiver too.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, Zay is great, however, it's probably not going to be a league winner unless you catch him on a hot week in the playoffs. And JSN, I'm a Seahawks guy. I got an autographed Metcalf jersey in the other room. And I don't know that I am relying on JSN like this year in redraft to do anything special for my team. And that's just Geno spreads the ball around too much. I don't want Geno's 3rd, sometimes 4th option.
Yeah, I mean
but not
Nisa. What's up, Nisa? Appreciate you joining. Appreciate you subscribing. Niners schedule is one of the easiest this year, but then again, NFC is just the weak as the whole. I mean, the Niners, their defense is strong, so I think regardless of who they play, they're going to be doing well. I mean, I think they're a good team. You know, having CMC is a massive, massive upside. You know. You can do it. I mean, not only that, having Debo there, you know, he does the same thing as CMC does, just, you know, in a different position. It's like you have 2 of them as gadget players, and then you have one of the best blockers in the NFL with George Kittle, who can lead the way and right in front of either one of them. So
Bijan takes that to the house.
Yeah, Bijan is pretty damn good, man. What sucks is, so Nick Chubb is like the guy. I mean, but man,
he was my RB1 preseason.
So I lost him in Scott Fishbowl, but I ended up. So I got Breece. Man, I got Trevor Lawrence. So I drafted in the 11. So you both drafted in Scott Fishbowl, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My team's so bad.
So I got beat this week, but I played one of the better teams. And I lost Chubb, you know, this week, so that really affected it. But you know, I got Trevor Lawrence. I drafted from the 11 spot. I got Trevor Lawrence, and then on the turn, Bijan happened to fall to me on the turn.
Facey.
Big face mask. So I ended up getting my 3 starting. My running backs were Bijan, Chubb, and Breece Hall. So I mean, that was a good start. I ended up getting Calvin Ridley and Brandon Ayuk. Like week 1 was like I just dominated week 1, and then who else?
You went quarterback late.
Yeah, so I went. I ended up getting Matt Stafford, who's just kind of been mediocre, but he's good enough, like number 2. But you know, I got Laporta really late, which I'm happy about. You know, like I grabbed Tyler Higbee in like the 10th round, and I was at a live draft too, so I did a live draft. So first 10 rounds we did, and I got Higbee at 10. But then I got Laporta a little bit later, and I was happy about that because he's been producing. So like, and especially in Scott Fishbowl where you need that tight end stuff. So I liked that. So he's going to be like my guy now. I'm just going to start over Higbee.
I went tight end heavy in the fishbowl.
I don't know. I mean, look what just happened. Like I said, with running backs, we've already seen a lot of running backs already starting to go down. So it's like I'm happy that I went heavy. Like what's nice is like I grabbed Zach Moss like in like the second or like one of the last rounds in Scott Fishbowl. And like having him there and not having to worry about it. And like I was, he came back the week I needed him to against Houston, and I talked about it on your show, right? Zach Moss went out and just dominated, right? Like we talked about. So
it's nice we're gonna give you a spot.
Good opportunity.
If you want to show up for the show tomorrow night, just put you on there and let you just be like I told you so.
It was pretty. I mean. You look at the stats though, like just him. I mean, Houston is already shown. That's why I'm saying maybe start ETN this week. Like if so Iggy and I are in this league in Gary Davenport's league, and it's an IDP league.
Touchdown. Oh, it was a flag.
There's a flag. He might be a push off, or is it a hold? So in Gary Davenport's league, it's like an limit. So you can only start a player once. After you start him once, you can't ever start him again.
It's the Oasis.
Yeah, it's a dope league.
Dude, I was supposed to be in that. I missed the draft.
I want an opportunity to get in. I just want an opportunity when they were doing their thing at the expo when they did their panel. Yeah. I won one there. Yeah, it's a fun group. Iggy was like top scorer that week. I was like in the top 5 last week. First week, like I didn't realize like I didn't start enough wide receivers, so like it didn't allow my team to go through. So I missed out on like all these players through Thursday and Sunday. And Iggy's like, "Hey, you got like no players playing in week 1." I was like, "What?" I was like, "I set my lineup and I had like some of the top players. So like I had all the Colts players who just went. All the Colts defensive players who just went absolutely off. Like I had so many players that went off. I was like, damn, my team would have been so good. Well, I had to end up starting everybody for Monday night game, which I ended up having to start Aaron Rodgers because I had to start 2 quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers goes down the first play. I'm like, well, that's great. So like, I mean, I still end up, scoring better with an Iggy. And he's like, damn it, how'd you score more than me? He's like, you started the Monday night game. I was like, I mean, I just fucking threw whoever was the best players. It's kind of fun, man. That league's crazy.
I'm really upset that I missed it.
It's a good. I mean, there's always next year, man.
I know.
I can tell you this. It has nothing to do with what you've been talking about, but it is good to be a CMC owner, at least for now. I have him in like this year. I got him in probably 90% of leagues.
That's nice, man. Yeah, I mean,
all of my charity leagues, like the Scott Fish Bowl, the Warrior Bowl. I didn't get into FF7s. Y'all were already done whenever I wisened up to the charity tournaments. So it's like my first year, and then I'm in the what is it? The one that Murph runs.
SFBC or whatever it is. FPC.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah, hold on.
There's so many now; it's hard to keep track of it all.
Yeah, there's a lot of them now. You have to get into Iggy? Do you play any IDP stuff?
Yeah, Tyler? I like IDP.
So you will have to get you into Iggy's next year. I don't know if you got into it. The FF7s, that one's a lot of fun.
So I did the guys from Fourth and Flex do one. this year, and I jumped in theirs last minute to help him fill a spot. And I mean, I went early IDP. Like I took Micah Parsons and
I mean, I took
Devin
Nick Bosa, and
White,
it didn't work out for the
TJ
first
Watt,
week.
Nick Bosa. You know, like I took a lot of them dudes.
Linebackers, man, defensive ends.
Dude, I'm in one of a couple of Gary's leagues, but the wall is like, I think it's his like annual IDP only league or whatever, one of the many that he does. Got invited for the first time this year because they had an opening, and it's like 24 people, something like that. I don't know. There's a lot of people, blah, 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 blah. Got in, first 2 picks, Micah Parsons, next round, TJ Watt. And both of them, I was like, why the fuck is this guy still available? But everyone was just slamming linebackers. Like 17 of the first 24 picks were linebackers.
That's because you want tackles, and linebackers
Yeah,
get a lot of
big tackle, sacks, fumble recoveries, fumble, anything like that. You want the disruptor.
In that league,
Sometimes it
it's
hurts though, like Hutch. Hutch has been so fucking good, man. He looks really, really damn good. Aiden Hutchinson, who is somebody else I'm collecting a lot of cards of, because he'll be a Hall of Famer. If he can stay healthy, he'll be a Hall of Famer. Like he's like one of those guys where like he's getting double covered and he's doing so much, like it's like Micah Parsons last year, like he didn't do a lot for IDP, or like, shit, how am I thinking about Jalen Ramsey, a couple of years ago when he was just like such a shutdown corner, like he was so good, but he didn't score good in IDP because like they weren't throwing towards him, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what Hutch isn't scoring like crazy points, because like he's getting like he's a huge disruptor, but he's not getting like the sacks and all that shit you want. Like he's fucking.
I'll tell you something funny about in like that Jalen Ramsey comment. So I love back like 2018, 2017, I had this little Dynasty ER podcast and it did okay, but we did IDP and offense and loved it. And my friend, to his credit, had this idea where he was like, dude, the way to fix corners in IDP is you just get these services to track passer rating against, or like completion percentage against, and you use that to measure the points. And it works. We did it in a spreadsheet. It was perfect. And you just none of the sites offer it as a statistic to track, which is really frustrating.
I mean, I don't know, man. This year in IDP, I feel like the corners have been some of the highest scoring players.
Not the corners, the strong safeties.
Oh,
well, yeah, but typically the best.
Devon Holland, like those dudes killing it. 10, 15 tackles a game.
Yeah, it's crazy too. Is Bynum for the Vikings, man? He's been a baller.
Cameron, dude, I love him.
Baller.
His I fell in love with him during his interview process.
I mean, if anybody plays IDP, he might actually be out there. He's been missed by a lot. Like I saw him after waivers this past week. I saw him out there. I was like, damn, he had like 2 20-point weeks. Like, how is he just sitting here? It's like, for how bad, like how many times their secondary is open, like he's getting so many hits.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I was asking Iggy. Like, when you're playing against quarterbacks to just throw the ball so many times, like is it good? Is it a smart idea to play, like defensive back, secondary players, with opportunities, to hit the, whoever's catching the ball. I mean, like play him against, DJ or CJ Stroud because he's throwing it 51 times.
What was Greg doing tonight? He didn't want to get on?
I don't know. He said I didn't say anything. I sent him the link.
He'll probably pop in then eventually.
He probably will. He is goofy, man. He's one of a kind.
Yeah, I got to tune in. I was home, so I was giving the kids a bath, and I was listening to y'all's the pregame Twitter space
with Bob Harris.
Yeah.
They were getting into it a little bit.
Yeah, it was funny.
It's good stuff. I like that, man.
I reject your opinion.
Of course it's so good.
That's okay.
I reject your second point. Here's why. Those guys were great.
Why they're Hall of Famers, man.
Dude, Greg Kellogg at the expo, like it took me 3 or 4 minutes to figure out who he was because he like didn't introduce himself. I just started talking to him, and he's so unassuming. I mean, half the time he's like rolled out of bed and shows up. Like he comes across and he's like, "Oh shit, that's Greg Kellogg."
They're all super humble.
Same with Bob.
Super humble.
Bob's hard to like not recognize those. He's a pretty recognizable.
So, what's your thoughts on a Batman Beyond movie?
I think it could be fucking cool if.
Did you watch that series? It's so good, man. It's so good.
It's really good,
dude. You guys, you and Jack told me the other night, like y'all were like Batman for like a solid hour after the show. Like finally, I'm like, all right, guys, I gotta get to bed. I mean, Batman's cool, but I mean, y'all were like nerding out.
Do you want to get me going off?
We're here for Thursday night football.
It's a commercial break. What do you want to talk about?
I'm really upset that Matt Reeves isn't getting the keys to the.
All right, who's the players that you're not going to play this week then?
Because of Matt Reeves not getting the keys to the kingdom? All right. I'm gonna go ahead and bench all of the Gotham players. So all New York Giants and New York Jets.
Yep. Steelers.
Yep. Gonna blow up this week.
Roethlisberger was on that Gotham team. Yeah, him and Hines Ward.
That's why I always said that Bane was just trying to be a good dude. He's taking out the criminals of the world like Ben Roethlisberger. Bomb the Browns stadium next. I can't say that. Wait, hold on. I forgot we're streaming. That's a terrible joke. I apologize. Nobody bomb anyone, please. Jesus Christ.
Just edit that out.
Canceled. Canceled.
So yeah, this is I'm really excited to watch the Miami game. I think that's going to be a game that I'm going to focus on. I want to see what Russ does. I mean, like I said, I might fire up a DFS team. Let's see if we can get one going. Let me see if I can pull that up. Do I have DraftKings loaded? Let's see. Bing, bing. Let me log in.
Yeah, I don't need to see this fucking graphic of the dude's scotch tape on his tendon.
What is
they're
this?
Just they're just like scotch taping him up and cutting his arm open.
Yeah, here's where we put the staples into his lateral tendon. I don't want to see that. I mean, I do, but
all right, CMC for 40 yards right here. Come on. Nope, Elijah Mitchell's in.
Debo, you got to catch that, brother.
Yeah, Debo's stinkule. Listen, Jeff DiMatteo is
so excited.
The biggest 49er fans on the planet, and he also knows more about football than I do.
He saw all that green grass. He was just excited.
Brandon Ayuk, though, he's so good.
He's pretty damn good.
I'm holding my breath this season because I have like I think 34% Ayuk, so not everywhere, but like a third of my leagues I got him in there, and then but I have over 50% Nico, and Pittman, and so there's a few of my leagues.
Dang, that was a big hit, but Mitchell got the first down. So I gave away. I donated an Elijah Mitchell autographed jersey to the Scott Fish Bowl when we were there live. They did a big charity donation raffle. I like Elijah Mitchell, man. He was so good. You know, when he got that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's a good 1-2 punch for him. Like if you get CMC, because CMC's never really had like a worthy backup. You know what I mean? It's always just like him and a ton of touches. So having somebody that's like actually serviceable that can go in and take some snaps is super valuable.
He's so good.
McCaffrey is so good.
He is so good. The first 7-8 yards.
Moves the ball in the other hand. It's like, come here.
Did y'all see last week whenever he's like, he runs the ball and they hit him out of bounds or whatever, and he turns to the defensive player, and I mean, you can read his lips as clear as day, and he's like, weak ass bitch.
That was in the intro, dude.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I mean, like you could read it plain as day.
He's
Oh, big run.
Oh, I'm so glad I didn't drop him.
Elijah Mitchell.
He's going to start getting his touches. Yeah, man, you're saying that what's his name is one of the best backups right now. I don't know if I can really think of anyone that besides maybe like yeah, I can't do it.
I think that Tajay Spears has a really good opportunity to step into if Derrick Henry goes down. He's already taken third down stuff away from Derrick Henry. He's strong, man. He's a good.
I'd rather have like
man.
if Henry and McCaffrey both went down at the same time, I'd rather have Elijah Mitchell.
Yeah, but Mitchell's already. Mitchell's gotten hurt too.
Oh yeah.
Like
I'm not saying I don't disagree with that because we've seen what Mitchell's been. So I'm not
any running back.
We've seen what Tajay will be though. We've seen enough from him already. And anyone that did their homework and wants
if he's out there and you have a deeper league, I wouldn't mind having him on the bench.
He was my number 2, tied with Jahmyr Gibbs, and then down at 3 because of the knees, and that was it. As an all-around back, I think he's better than Gibbs.
Sucks. I don't know.
Wow, nice.
Bell, man, that was a hell of a catch. So Purdy might just be like you said, just be that viable guy. Somebody just stepped in, and I guess you could be.
That's all they need.
I'll tell you what the trick is with Purdy. This is my theory.
Like a Tom Brady, yeah.
My theory with Purdy is that he's very disciplined and he's very obedient. He knows that his coach is smarter than him, and he goes out and he just does what he's supposed to each play. Like Kyle Shanahan, it's like a college offense almost. He's in there like telling the quarterback what to do each play. And Purdy's
like an Alex Smith or
yeah, very similar to how Andy Reid often operates. Not as much with Mahomes anymore.
Damn, dude. Mitchell does run like McCaffrey though. He must be learning from him. Like I think that's another thing that people were thinking too. Like Madison,
also fresh.
Madison was like running behind Dalvin Cook, and they thought like he was. I don't think Dalvin Cook was really trying to teach anybody anything.
I loved their combo with Scott Engel the other week about him.
I'm sorry, man. You mean he watches his team, but I'm telling you right now, I watch my team too. I cry every week. Every single week, I cry.
But at least you still at the end of the day, you still got JJ.
Yeah, and Kirk Cousins, dude. He's the number 1 quarterback right now in the NFL.
So, it's a great Reddit comment on the news when Akers got traded. That was like, "This is truly a 1B situation."
I mean, yes. Here's my theory on this: they didn't pay much for him, right? It didn't cost really anything. It was nothing. It was a conditionary. They traded a conditionary 6th-round pick in 2026.
Can I guess?
What?
Wait, no, never mind. I got excited.
What are you gonna guess?
Sorry, I was gonna guess that it's because the backups suck, and they're worried about Madison going down. Akers is free.
I don't think the backups suck. I mean, they do have Myles Gaskin too. I mean, I just think that it's an opportunity to see, like, hey, maybe this guy just needs a change of, scenery, right? He did show us, I did post, somebody said that, like Akers was shitty. And I was like, I don't think you really go back and look. Like in year 1 when he played, he didn't play much. Year 2, he was, and then year 3 he got hurt too, but when he played in the playoffs, in the first year he had an RB1 a game, and then at the end of last year, when he had over 50% of the carries, like Akers did show that he could be an RB1. I've just said that I feel like I saw some people talking about him potentially being a top 10 back. I said, no, that's blasphemy. I don't think that's going to even happen because of the scheme of the offense. But I think there's a potential for him to be like a viable back end RB2.
What are we talking about?
Cam Akers.
Oh.
I think he viable Cam.
I agree with you. There's all you need to know about Cam Akers is that he's not it.
No.
Yeah, and
better than Madison, though.
To the scheme and the system thing, Kyron Williams isn't it either. He's 5'9", $185, and didn't test well at the combine. He's not. an RB2 in fantasy.
I think Sean McVay gives up easily on backs and stuff too. Like he gave
Well,
up on early.
I think he gives up easily because he knows he can take 90% of backs on most rosters and be like, "Yo, do this."
He has
and
what,
you'll
Sony
be fine.
Michelle.
Yeah,
He just gives up on everybody. He's like, I can, I'll just next. He's worse than Belichick.
Well, it's almost like for him with his backs, it's less about like Gurley's one thing, but it's less about like pure talent and more about how quickly they can pick up the offense and how disciplined they can be with what he's trying to get them to do on each individual play. Like he runs such a complex blocking scheme that
Kittle's so goofy.
I don't know. When I see backs do well with Sean McVay, it's because they're running through wide open lanes. And it probably pisses him off when a guy like Sony comes in and runs into people's asses half the plays.
Yeah.
I appreciate all the comments, you guys. And Anthony, I love that you answer everything in here. Appreciate you. Everything you do, Anthony.
Dude. Anthony is one of my favorite people I've met at the expo, who I've known through Twitter, but never like in person. He's
a very good human.
Either of you.
He won a jersey from you too, I believe, right?
Yeah, dude. Anthony
ran 2 jerseys, right?
Hey, which Tyler, was it you that gave away the mini Sky Moore autographed helmet, or is that someone else?
That was somebody else.
This bastard.
I gave away the big frame Tyreek Hill jersey, which Seth from IBT won, who is also a really cool dude.
Dude, he's the man. Oh, I need to go respond to him actually. Do that. Thanks for reminding me.
Devo, man, I like these little sweeps they do with him, man. Just Pat, like he comes around the run around, dude, and he just does those little sweeps, and he gets some good yardage out of it. But that's where you get your tackles, the tackles and assists. He won. Yeah, there you go. He said he won the Deontay Johnson jersey, and who's now Deontay Johnson's injured. You killed him.
It's all your fault, Anthony. You did it.
You did it for winning. That's what you get for being rewarded for something. Here goes McCaffrey again. No, dude. He's
running hard.
He's such a special person, man. He's such a unique talent. He's been, at top. I mean, besides him getting hurt, he's got to be one of the top players at his position, year after year after year, Like if he's not hurt, it's like LaDainian, having LaDainian year after year after year,
Yeah.
He's pretty special. But JJ is that special too. Like regardless of not having touchdowns, he has, 150 yards. He's averaging 152 yards a game right now. That's pretty.
I will always contend that.
And Jordan Addison's averaging a touchdown a game. I mean, you're talking about this earlier when Greg was talking about that. I mean, this team is like the air offense is ridiculous. Kirk Cousins is on pace for 6,000 passing yards.
Yeah.
Like
the thing I love about JJ and players like that though is like they defeat the combine. Like JJ is not like overwhelmingly fast or like this like crazy monster, like he didn't test crazy like at the combine and stuff. And then like he comes out, he's got good hands. Jerry Rice the same way. Jerry Rice wasn't that fast.
I think it's just he's so competitive. He wants to win so bad. Did you see that the other day when was it last week when Kirk, I think, threw an interception, and here comes JJ, and he makes this massive tackle. He takes all his aggression out on this dude, and he literally just throws his body into this guy. Bam! Just smokes this dude. I was like, damn, that was a huge, like you can tell how angry he is. But like you said, he goes out there day in and out and like puts up all these mad yards. Like he's a grinder, man. He wants to win.
He's also really fucking good.
He is really good.
They're gonna get this like at the what?
Kittle sighting. There's a Kittle sighting.
Oh, that's one of the egg on my face players so far this year is Kittle. I thought he's going to be a lot.
So here's the thing with Kittle, man. He's going to be out there, but you also know he's going to be out there to do a lot of blocking. He's really good at that too. But he's also good. Like he's got the same talent, that Kelsey does, where he can block and then at least, release and then do something big after he gets the ball. Like that's what Kittle's, like you're hoping for that stuff, but he's better blocker, man. Some tight ends are that talented where they can do both, but you see a lot more of them doing blocking.
When Kittle retires, he's going to be he's going to join the WWE.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
Kirk Cousins, though, I don't know how many leagues I own him in. I have to go look that up. But
He's a stat quarterback, man. It's perfect for fantasy football. He's a stat quarterback.
Literally the entire offseason, that was my takeaway at the quarterback position, was to go grab Kirk. It's worked out better than I had expected, but I had him as
there it is, baby.
Boom.
Christian McCaffrey touchdown. Let's
baby.
go. Woo.
0 shares on my teams. Fuck my life.
You hear that? McCaffrey has now scored a touchdown in 12 consecutive games.
Yeah, it's pretty. I mean, you should be betting that every single week. Every single week you should be betting that.
12 games straight, bro. That is high end consistency right there.
What do you mean? That's like a basket of eggs or whatever.
It's a bet you should be making every single week. So Debo has 3 catches. Anthony Debo has 3 catches. 3 receptions.
You better enjoy it because he doesn't matter when Brandon Ayuk plays.
Oh, was that the bet? Was it Debo plus 4.5 receptions?
It must have been.
That's a good one. I like that one. He's got to be close.
He's at 3. It's not even halftime. What are we gonna do at halftime?
Christian McCaffrey doing the Amazon Smile corporate shill.
We can look at some fantasy teams, or we can build a. Ooh, that's what I want to do. I gotta figure this shit out. I don't know why it's not letting me on DraftKings. It's being mean to me.
Let's build a DFS lineup during halftime.
Yeah, I'm gonna get this loaded. Let me get this loaded. I'm trying to figure out why it's not letting me on.
Do you have Zelle? I'll send you $20.
Do I have Zelle?
Give me a piece of it.
Did you say?
I don't know of anybody that uses Zelle. Zelle's what all the if you try to sell anything on Facebook Marketplace, all the people that are trying to steal your money, they always use Zelle.
Well, dude, I didn't use it until a month ago. And
you trying to steal my money?
No, I was actually paying somebody for help
Cash
with
App,
my
Venmo.
They were like, "Yo, why don't you use Zelle? Every bank now can just hook up to it." And I was like, "What do you mean? If you go into your bank app, most of them you can just click on Zelle and it makes the account for you, and it's like having Venmo hooked directly to your bank without the middleman." So I actually think it's kind of legit.
I like having a middleman.
Targeted towards people that can't
anyone to have direct access to my account.
That's fair. Not all of us have millions of dollars in our accounts, all right?
Oh my God.
I did it.
Yeah, I don't have millions of dollars. Sorry, I realized I didn't respond, and I was like, these people are probably like, "Oh yeah, got your
no."
millions of dollars.
I would hope they picked up on the facetious tone. I did have a meeting with someone with millions of dollars this morning, though. Freaked me out.
Hey.
JC's got millions of dollars.
They're not giving me all their money,
but he spent it all.
Dude, I'm very highly invested in Monopoly, so I have a lot of those Monopoly boards. So I have tons of Monopoly dollars, millions. It's a good investment, actually.
Dude, I work with kindergartners. They're so dumb. You just take that shit and like, "Oh, you want some money?"
Wow, that's aggressive.
They are. Listen to what I did for 15 minutes today. And granted, I work at a school, which, all right, you guys don't know what school it is. Make sure I did that.
I know what school it is. No, I figured it out.
It's not Tennessee. Those kids would not be smart. The school I work at, the kids are really fucking smart. They're like the smartest kids in my state.
I don't even in Minnesota.
And I spent 15 minutes today with a rock out on the picnic table on the playground, smashing acorns because apparently that was the hot new thing for this day. And I was sitting there the whole time thinking to myself about that character in Game of Thrones when Tyrion tells the story about I don't remember. It was like Hodor's brother or someone that would smash beetles with rocks. It's like, you're supposed to be the smartest kids in this city, and you're doing the dumbest thing I've ever seen in a long time right now.
Man, does Waller have any catches?
I said, dude,
I hope so. I played him in
on the
2
show
leagues.
tonight. Somebody asked me. I mean, earlier they asked me. They said, "Would you start Waller? Would you start Ingram?" And I said, "I start Ingram." I mean, I just said this. The defense. I mean, the 49ers defense is so good. I mean, I don't think that Waller's going to do that
Speaking
much.
of,
Yeah, the 49ers got I mean, their 2 linebackers, I mean, are top notch. So it does make it harder for like a Waller, but I figured they'd have to throw the ball a lot, and I like them throwing it too. And I mean, Larry's 2 catches back to back, so that's good. Maybe we just needed to start talking about him more. You know, we just had to talk about him to get him going. We got his confidence.
Waller, yeah, Waller's starting to get some stuff.
Still need another Nick Bosa sack here.
We've got you wired directly into his helmet, Tyler, and he heard you. So like, has Waller gotten any catches? He's like, fucking all right, Daniel, throw me the ball.
Give it to me, baby.
Darius Slayton.
All right, you guys ready for this? Actually, this is a good pitch for you guys and anyone that's watching the football game or this, but mainly this.
But mainly
I have a league that I don't want to manage. I want to do a committee management system for a dynasty league where like it rotates every year. And I got somebody pitched that to me this offseason. I really like the concept. I just have never run into it. But you have the super complex dynasty IDP league, but the scoring is set up where like the top 15 at each position are somewhat similar. Like I would give the defensive tackles and tight ends kind of a B+ for their second range, and every other position is pretty equal. But in the off season, you have like 3 different free agency periods that mimic the NFL. The whole thing is like super kind of over the top, but it's very fun. And through the use of a couple tools, I figured out how to automate a lot of it this off season. And I haven't implemented it yet on my league, but it's an MFL league, and you can get it to automate like a bunch of the MFL shit that is just really, frankly, annoying to use as a commissioner. So do you guys want to play in a dynasty IDP league with equal scoring where you start 8 IDP, 8 offense, and an extra quarterback, and then we draft?
Hold on. What was it? What was the?
That was a lot.
Here's the thing. Let me tell you something.
It's the best format.
I'll tell you right now. I've decided I am actually in a league where I've got the roster is like 50-something people. I mean, like not that many starters, but it's like it's too much for me to manage. Like I don't. Yeah. I already do too much. I mean, one of the leagues I run, it's called Fantasy 27s. And it's like basically so that it's just 27 people that you have on your roster, which I think is already enough. I mean, that's already a lot. 22 is a lot. Most leagues nowadays, like even like from the beginning, 16 was like pretty average. 18 is like about, once you start getting over that, it's like it's a lot. It's almost more fun to, instead of doing big rosters, you just do a bigger, 16 team league. Gets more competitive. I mean, I'm not dogging your what you're saying. I'm just saying from my perspective. I'm not somebody who likes to play in big leagues just because it's a lot to manage. And I love waiver. I love like playing the waiver, especially when it gets later in the league, where I wasn't supposed to get into a big league to start, and I was like, what? I was like again, it's like 50-something people. I was like, there's gonna be no waiver claims. They're like, this is Dynasty. There's never waiver claims in Dynasty. I was like, what Dynasty leagues do you play in?
Dude, my fucking home league decided
you go find a gem and then sell them. You find a gem and be like,
wait, can we make content real quick that I can send to my league mates in my home league?
What's the content?
2 people that you guys know are in and people you respect. They voted this offseason to not do first come, first serve waivers. So during the season, like this week, 22. The only time I could pick up players was on Wednesday. I can't pick up another player until next Wednesday. Apparently other people do this in leagues. I think it's the worst fucking way to play fantasy football I've ever encountered in my life.
Tough.
What am I supposed to do about injuries on Saturday morning?
Yeah. The roster
shit on that concept because I want them to change it back.
So he said the roster's deep.
Yes.
Well, then no. I mean, that I at this point is like if you have a 50-man roster, like you drafted enough people to where you can.
Yeah, if it's like
It's
a
the
12
equivalent
team
of like
league and you got a 50-man roster, there's like
Well,
nobody.
18-man roster is not deep. That's pretty average.
Because you have to use. We start 17 players, so like, yeah, you have a lot of players on your rosters, but the players on waivers still matter. I pick up players, probably 4 or 5 starters. Actually, good example. 2 years ago, I won the championship, and 8 of my 17 starters were waiver pickups. Anyway, first come, first serve waivers. Just a note for anyone that watches this. Like, you can't do in-season fantasy football without that unless you're playing in a league that is like specifically made where you're avoiding waivers for various reasons, like JC just brought up. If you're in a redraft league with 16 people and you have 30-person rosters, like who fucking cares who is picking up, I don't know, the ghost of Danny Gray to play on Thursday Night Football? Like
Danny Gray. Nobody. All right, here you go. What we got? So this is for my buddy Chris. This is like his little thing he does every week. He's a box breaker, so he opens up cards, like he sells. He does. If anybody knows what box breaks are, it's like basically you bid on teams, and whoever team you get, you buy teams, and then whatever cards come out of that thing, you're basically investing in hitting on big cards for a little bit of money. But yeah, this is like his little thing he does every single week. Last week I took second place because I ended up starting was it Troutman, the tight end for Denver, and he got 0 points, so that really sucked. I ended up losing by 2 points, and if he would have just got at least a catch or 2 catches, but I ended up winning about $36 last week off of and I played $8, so it's good.
Hey,
investment.
so is Trent Williams about to get booted from this game?
What do you hit it? Was it intentional to the
punched a dude?
Oh, yeah, he straight punched him.
Killed a guy.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't do that. That's not a reason. So Jalen Ramsey, man, he was the reason. One of the things
I'm trying to. Can you zoom in on your screen share?
Can I do what?
Can you like zoom in on the screen share?
Because it was offsetting penalties, they're both fine. No one gets booted, even though Trent Williams like literally threw a punch.
Let me see.
Damn, so what do you think? Kneel or play?
Play.
Ronnie, kneel or play here?
Kneel or what? Play?
Or play.
Hey, you think they run a play or you think they kneel and go in half?
Dude, the average NFL career is like 2.5 years. Let the players play.
Let the players play. 3 penalties on him tonight.
That's 6 seconds.
Honestly, Tyler, here's actually I have been scarred since Peyton Manning played for the fucking Denver Broncos and John Fox. Actually, no, going back to the Colts when they went undefeated and then in week 14 sat all of their starters for 3 weeks, gave up an undefeated season for no fucking reason other than postseason health, and then lost in round 2. Fuck that. Let the players play.
All right, Mel, we're gonna build a DFS lineup. I know you were wondering about how we kind of do this. Marcy, I know you kind of want to start learning how some fantasy stuff. This is kind of a good way to get in. Like, if you want to get in mid-season, this is kind of a fun way to get in. You can basically draft a new team every week. That's what DFS stands for, daily fantasy sports. And since football only happens once a week, I mean, I guess it happens more than once a week, but teams only play once a week. It's still daily. There could be multiple different sports that happen, so they just call it daily fantasy sports. But so DFS is really fun because you can basically, like I just said, you can build a new team every single week. So if your fantasy team is sucking this year, you can still find a way to have fun playing fantasy football by playing daily fantasy sports. That's my pitch, and I'm sticking to it.
Stick to it. I'm excited to build this lineup, man.
Ronnie, does that look any bigger? No. Does it look bigger?
No, hey, wait, hold on. Stop.
Now you're saddened.
Can you see when I do that?
You're gonna make me throw up over here. If you can get the white like basically all of that spot above the white doesn't matter, like the games.
All right, hold on.
So if you allow
Hold
me to be
hold on. I'm
Yeah.
working on it. I'm working on it.
You did it. Look at that teamwork, guys.
All right. All right, is that better? How's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't read it on my desktop, so that's perfect. Thank you.
You are very welcome. All right, so do we want to start? I mean, I how do y'all build your DFS? Do you start with a quarterback, or do you go find like something on
I'm
your
gonna pull up my
flex? Or
notes.
do you start with a wide
So
receiver?
I actually, when I build my DFS lineups, I'll go to a position, I'll scroll down, and I'll pick the cheapest
So
out
we
of
already
each
know.
that I think would actually be somewhat decent. Then, basically, based on how much money I have left, I'll then go and upgrade positions with space.
Here's this guy right here. Look at this. 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm not taking him again this week.
I know.
What's his first name? Is it
Brandon.
Brandon? I thought it was Dennis.
Dennis. That's
It was
good.
not even close.
Dude, I mean, Tank Dell's down here too. I mean, Jacksonville's pretty tough. Pretty tough.
Yeah,
defense.
Tank Dell's a good go. It's got they're gonna throw the ball. They're playing Jacksonville. T-Law's gonna light it up.
$3,600 right there. I mean, I feel like
That's pretty cheap buy with
How
I
much
think
more expensive is Nico? Just out of curiosity.
Marvin Mims is there. He's probably gonna be the one. I mean, so I mean, he's not gonna be
look
the
at
one.
that. You can get Tank
like grand more
for maybe $600 less than Mims.
KJ scoring a touchdown this week.
Scroll.
So I mean, you're going way you're just going way up here.
So when I play DFS, I typically like to go like
Nico right there. So Nico costs what two grand more.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But remember what you do, or what I do when I do build is I'll build a cheap lineup, right? Like with high ceiling players that are inexpensive, and then go back because you're probably going to have $20,000 left.
I love doing that. Yeah.
Right. And then you can start upgrading positions like the ones you're most unsure about. Go upgrade them. Go get you a baller.
Dude, so just to butt in, I was going to bring up something similar. I don't do it the exact same way, but I love that because you basically are filling out, like you're going to go through and find the 5 or 6 guys that you already love that are discounts. And then you give yourself the ability to go and eliminate one of them and just get a chalk player, like a
so what I like to do is I leave my flex open. Or what I'll do is like I'll go spend the most on my flex. I'll just go find a player that I really like, and I'll just put that person in the flex, and then I'll build from that. You know what I'm saying? So then I'm like, all right, well, I can have my best player in the flex, and then I can find out, different positions. I mean, it's fine to do that. Or if you want to, usually it's a tight end. Like if you want to do Kelsey, I'll throw Kelsey in the flex. If you do that too, like if you want to play Kelsey, I'll put Kelsey in the flex, and I'll find like a tight end like really low, like just throw a tight end in there that doesn't cost anything. Because I think that Kelsey's good enough to be like if he goes off, he's gonna go off. Like if you're like, I'm gonna play Kelsey, I mean, I'm not playing him in the tight end position. I don't know, there's something weird about it, but I feel like you can find like tight ends for so cheap.
Well, Anthony says start with tight end. Let's look at tight ends. Let's see what's there.
What do you mean we all spend that much money? Oh, the one I'm playing is a $5 buy-in. It's a friends league, so I play
$5,000 buy-in.
No, that's so $50,000 is your salary cap. That's what they give you to spend on players. I'm not spending $50,000.
Yeah, we dropping 50 grand right here on the Thursday night party because we got it like that.
We got that Monopoly money.
Yeah,
Monopoly.
I'm over here like this. All right, come on. We don't have that long of a halftime. We got to make it through this lineup.
Let me pull up some projections here.
All right, so we're going tight end position. So Kelsey, so $7,200 for Kelsey. Hawkinson's a good play this week against the Chargers. Here. Let's do this. Let's hit stat news real quick.
Oh, this is easy.
Where are you going? I mean, I might go Laporta, 4,000.
Laporta's a cheap buy, and Hunter Henry's a cheap buy. Ingram's a cheap
Versus
buy.
the Jets.
Ingram against Jacksonville for 4,800. That's money.
Yeah, I like that. Let's see what we can do with that.
Look at that. Our average remaining player just keeps climbing. What about D? Anthony said knock out a defense too.
All right, so I'm gonna pull this up too. Tight ends versus
How
Houston.
expensive? Just out of curiosity, I missed it. How expensive is Zach Ertz?
That's a good play too. He's 3,500, but they're playing against Dallas, so I don't know if I'm gonna do that.
I don't want that.
Yeah, they just lost Trevon.
Yeah, but Trayvon.
I'm not worried about Trayvon, dude. Sorry.
You're not worried about them like spreading out the interior linebackers a little bit and having to cover up? I mean, I think it's fair. Like they're gonna just play the backup where Trayvon was and let Micah Parsons do his thing. I was just curious.
So
Sorry.
Don't apologize. Have your take and own it. All right.
Yeah, I agree with
Bonnie,
that.
you think Ertz is the guy?
I'm never talking again.
Ertz is the guy. $3,500. You want Ertz?
Ertz is like your recency bias guy. Like he just balled out. He's been balling out, but
not for me. He was our tight end 6 or 7 on the season.
All right, let's look at DSTs. So I mean, Cowboys they're playing against Arizona. Dobbs has been running the ball a little bit, but I mean that's an easy play if you wanted to just go spend your money on Cowboys.
Yeah,
it's cheap. I like still. Seahawks down here versus Carolina at 3,200 is good. I like that play. I don't think like this is. I'm not playing Minnesota.
I'd rather just pay up for the Patriots against the Jets.
I said I like the, or the Jets against the Patriots. Jets have a good defense.
Dude, do the Patriots players have a bunch of hot moms? Because if so, maybe not. But otherwise, fuck him. Zach Wilson sucks.
But I mean, honestly, I'm probably gonna go for the money. I'm gonna play either Seattle against Carolina, them playing without the rookie, or I'm gonna go Cowboys. 4,400 is not much to spend.
We'll just see what we can do here. If we have money to spend, we'll come back and put it on Dallas.
Well, so far, I mean, we've got our average remaining player is 6,400, which is like we're getting into tier 2.
All right, hit me with some running backs, baby. Let's rapid fire running backs. That's the easiest position. There's only like 24 guys to pick from.
Well, yeah, we can always come and reevaluate our flex. You know, we can spend like it's just go out there and kind of find somebody that I like.
I'm with you. What if we save our budget and make our biggest spend on our flex and try to like economy shop the rest of it?
Well, who do we like this week at wide receiver? Like I'm fine with like, do you want to keep chasing touchdowns with Jordan Addison, or do you just want to go ahead and you throw JJ in? I mean, right now. So if you want me, I'm looking for shootouts for receivers. I mean, Justin Jefferson, his average play right now is, I mean, he's averaging 150 yards.
Well, the fuck is Jamar Chase?
And we already know that that defense is giving up a lot of. I mean, both of these defenses are giving up a lot of points. So like, I want to play Keenan Allen.
Why isn't Jamar Chase on that screen?
Because what?
Where's Jamar Chase?
He plays Monday game, dude. This is just Sunday.
Oh shit. Okay, I was about to say. I was like,
is he down there? Cheap. Is he like a $5,000 buy?
Yeah. He's free. Actually, they're saying he's free. Like, what is that? He played. I mean, Keenan Allen is somebody I might want to be playing right now. 7. I mean, Minnesota is giving up so many yards. I guess what I'm saying is like Keenan Allen and Justin Jefferson. Just, I mean, let's just see what that costs. Like that's a bonanza. And if I could do Kirk Cousins, like I'm just telling you, I think that either that or we
definitely lowered our average remaining player.
Sure. Let's just see where we're gonna be at. Let me just see here. All right, what can we build from this? Probably nothing.
Go to running back. Oh man.
Yeah, I love that.
That's why you got to start cheap, bro.
All right. Well, we're not doing Justin Jefferson. I'm making an executive decision. I have no power here, and I'm doing it anyway.
I mean, I would rather. To me, it's like I'd rather chase. Like, I'm just saying, like the upside of how many times. I mean, we could go.
I like. Well, let's see here.
I mean, there's a lot of questionable people at what receiver right now. People that are questionable.
Oh,
You want to get real cute?
No, maybe.
How expensive is Tyler Algier?
I don't know if I'm doing that. After last week, he burned me last week. That was a big burn.
That's
Let's look
exactly.
at
I'm
running back.
telling you. I
Oh,
live
that's a
in
big
Atlanta.
burn.
Whatever you think is going to happen, Arthur Smith is going to make sure fantasy people are pissed off.
No, Arthur Smith is going for shit on fourth down, so like he's really using
Kyle Pitts for 2 touchdowns, Tyler Algier for 1, and
That's
$1
not
10.
happening ever.
All right. So you went with Keenan Allen. You went for that's like your wide receiver 1 in this lineup. Let's go to running back. If there's somebody you wanted to like spend money on to get, who are you taking?
I think I don't know.
Pollard against Arizona.
It might be Travis Etienne. Like I said, against Houston, they were just giving up so many yards.
Give me Mostert.
Well, if we go ETN, which is a cheap buy, so put ETN in, then we probably pop out Ingram.
You want Ingram out?
If we go ETN, right?
I mean, I think that's going to be a bonanza game too. I mean, if CJ Stroud is throwing that many yards, I mean, Travis is going to keep up, or Trevor's going to keep up. If CJ Stroud's throwing that much, I mean, I feel like that could be a bonanza game. Like everybody might be saying the Cousins game. I mean, you could probably do CJ Stroud really cheap if you're going to put in Tank Dell. Stroud put up 25 points last week just because he threw it so many times. I mean,
all right, pop out Keenan Allen and get your JJ in there. Let's see what that puts us at.
So 5,000 a player.
All right, go to running backs. Who's in the 5,000 range or less? Mostert isn't a bad grab.
Zach Moss is here. They play against
Mostert and Javonte.
Playing Baltimore. Pacheco against Chicago.
He's questionable.
I like Dameon Pierce for a bounce back, even though he doesn't have any offensive alignment this week.
There it is. Ford.
You want to put Ford in? They're playing against Tennessee. Tennessee's one of the top defenses in for run defenses. I'm not playing, so everyone wants to play Ford, but their schedule is
I'm just looking at values. Keep going down. Who else we got down there?
That's a good value, but it's just they're playing against a really tough defense. What about where's
It wouldn't shock me if Kareem Hunt got a touchdown.
He's probably not going to start.
I know, but I got the gut feeling.
Oh, here's you one. Here's you one. Scroll way, probably way down.
Miller? Where's Kendre Miller?
Yeah, get Kendre Miller. Kendre Miller.
Where's he at?
Down. He's way down. He's gonna be cheap, dude.
Yeah, that's a smart.
There he is.
300. There, it saves us some money. Look, boom, we just boosted up $200.
So he's still at 5,200.
Look at Kyle Pitts' cost.
I am not playing Kyle Pitts.
No, I would play. He's
probably like, wait, let me see if I can find him down here.
Shut up.
Just kidding.
He's right there with. He's right there with the Henry and Laporta.
I would just play Henry if they're similar to priced.
How many targets did he get? Man,
I don't know. He got concussed. That's maybe no for there.
Can you imagine getting a concussion and still catching a touchdown?
Yeah, Traylon Burks did it last year. Got freaking knocked out.
It's wild. What about Gesicki?
I would take Henry over Gesicki.
I mean, it's more just the receptions, Let's see.
Well, you got plenty of money to spend. We're back. We're in the second half, so we got to line this thing up.
Oh, we can still talk about football while we're doing this.
Be so bossy, Tyler.
My bad, man. Sorry, it happens naturally. I'm the oldest of 4.
All right, so I mean, if you want to go Henry, we can, man. He's been doing really, really well. I mean,
the only thing is I actually like. I mean, the Jets. He's gonna get fed. He's gonna get some catches. Just the Jets' defense is nice. I think you could probably spin for like a. Let's see what happens. Let's put Andrews in at tight end. See how much that gives us.
Dude, play Kyle Pitts. They can't cover the tight end. Trust me. He's gonna get a touchdown. He's so cheap.
Do we give in JC? Do we let Ronnie have one?
Cheap?
Just leave it in there and then see what happens with the other.
I don't even know if I want to put it in there and just like affect. I mean, yeah, maybe they're playing a good. It just doesn't.
It's gonna be Pitts and Jack Campbell.
So like 3.5 points.
He got.
Listen, if they have Jack Campbell cover Kyle Pitts every snap the entire game, bench Kyle Pitts and never play him in that matchup. But I don't think it's gonna happen.
I mean, you could play Laporta over him for 100 more.
How much money we got left?
All the money.
15. Dude, get Justin Jefferson the fuck out of there.
We got Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson against LA. It's gonna be a shootout. That's a good one.
A really good one.
Like KJ Osborne.
No. I'll take Addison before Osborne.
What about you know what we could do? We could think about we could play a Green. Who does Green Bay play?
Skymore.
So they play against New Orleans, right?
Oh my god.
Skymore. He's free.
I mean, if you want to play free, you can go down here and get Jaden Reed.
Can you do me just one thing and put
I'd rather
Raheem
do that.
Mostert
I'd rather take the upside of these guys. You know, if Aaron Jones doesn't play, they have to throw it to somebody because AJ Dillon sucks really bad. Really bad. Yeah, like it's really that bad. He's
throwing
really bad.
Jaden Reed and Raheem Mostert into the flex, and then pick your favorite tight end that's not named Kyle Pitts, and that's the best roster ever made.
You're going really cheap on wide receiver here.
Well, we've got Justin Jefferson, who's good for 150 yards a week, and that's going to happen every week the whole season. He's going for 3,400.
He just went. So we can get Mark Andrews in here for 6K and then still get a tight end. I mean, if you want.
Oh yeah, dude, you got 6,000 a player. So for the last two, you could spend 6. You could go
Mostert and Andrews. Mostert, Andrews.
I do like Mostert. I didn't even think about that. Mostert's a really good play this week.
I've been saying Mostert for 5 minutes. You guys aren't listening to me.
And Andrews against Indy.
I'm getting off the stream now. No one's listening to me.
I'm sorry.
But sorry. I don't love.
Well, let's see where we're at. What did we say at flex?
Mostert.
Oh, Nico. Why don't we have Nico in? Look how cheap he is.
We have Tank Dell.
Yeah, but look how cheap Nico is. Fuck Tank Dell.
Well, this would be our lineup right now. We kept it.
We don't have any salary left anyway. Never mind.
So I wish we could go a little bit better at wide receiver.
If we didn't play Justin Jefferson, we can get
go to tight end again
for like 2,000 a piece.
For what? Tight end is Mark Andrews. We can go lower than that.
You could always play best ball and go Taysom.
We got Kendra in now, so it's kind of
If you take Andrews but pull Justin Jefferson out, does that give us like an extra 2K?
What if we go Kirk Cousins and KJ Osborne? And then
what if we scrap Vikings?
I'm good with that. If you want to go like somewhere, I would go. What about Russell Wilson and somebody?
I don't know, man. Dude, the fucking Eagles secondary is good. Or not Eagles, Dolphins. I'm an idiot.
There's your
man. We could do the CJ Stroud thing.
I don't know if I want to do that. Jacksonville has a good defense.
Look at what we have left right now.
I would take go up. Oh, sorry, I thought we were on quarterback.
Dude, we could still get Kelsey here. This is what our team could be with CJ Stroud and Tank Dell.
I still don't like the Reed pick. That's what I'm up against. The Reed pick.
$4,500 we have to spend.
All right. I gave you 3 wide receivers that are smashes, and we can afford it.
You can play Sky Moore.
No. Michael Pittman, Nico Collins, Puka Nacua.
Where is Puka at?
Here's KJ. We can put KJ Osborne in. Marvin
Where's
Mims.
Puka at?
He's probably way up here, dude. He's like,
dude, Michael Pittman's going to get 14 targets this week.
I don't think he's way up there. Oh, he's a Monday game.
Michael Pittman's there, though, for 57.
he's going to be playing with Gardner Minshew. How did he do with Minshew?
Amazing. He got 8 targets after Minshew went in. I'm telling you, Michael Pittman's going double-digit targets this week. He's quarterback-proof, and he's got a better passing quarterback right now.
So then do you scrap Stroud and go Pittman, Minshew?
Ooh, I like that, too. I mean,
now,
I'm
they're
just saying
playing Baltimore. They're playing Baltimore.
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
Can you can either of you name the starting cornerback for the Ravens?
I don't think it even matters. It's the fact that
point stands
really good.
It's more about the linebackers and the pass rush.
Yeah, linebacker. Yeah, the pass rush is going to be ridiculous. Patrick Queen,
Roquan.
What about Nico?
They mean Clowney, right? They got Clowney too, right?
Wow, the Niners had to punt.
Will you go back to wide receivers just to humor me?
Yeah.
And then go down to stay there. Go up a little bit. Oh, all right, so Nico is what? Nico's like 40.
Tank Dell, so I mean, we'd have to take Tank Dell out. If you want Nico in, I mean, I'm telling you, like,
Nico's
they're both very close.
Almost 2,000 more than Tank Dell.
And he's scoring almost twice as much as Tank Dell.
No, it's not true.
Shut up.
Tank Dell had 20 points last week, I think. Let's see what Nico had, like 22 or something like that. Oh, he had 30. So let's see. No, yeah. So 10 more points. I mean, I don't let you want to do that. I'm telling you, we do CJ. If you're doing that, you do the CJ Stroud stack. It's still, you're taking the upside of them just throwing the ball a lot. I mean, maybe he throws interceptions, but who did the Jags play last week?
Yeah, I don't want to play Minshew against the Ravens.
Jags played the Chiefs, and it wasn't no shootout.
Can we play Jordan Love because he's just going to throw 3 touchdowns regardless, even though he's it's crazy.
All right, I'm going to read some names off, and you pick the cheapest one and see how it looks. Justin Herbert.
Expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Tua.
Cousins there.
Tua's probably expensive.
He's more than Kirk Cousins. Like, I'd rather play Kirk.
You can go fucking to the bargain bin for Justin Fields.
No, I'm not playing.
Also expensive.
I did. Just side note, I've got this weird feeling that they're gonna fucking let Fields just play however he wants to play, and he's gonna do good for fantasy.
He costs more. He still costs more than Kirk Cousins. Not doing that.
Okay, Fields does. All right, fuck that.
How much is?
Dude, I can't like wrap my head around a better option than Kirk Cousins. Like he was my quarterback 5 to start the season. I own him in 72% of my leagues. You're not going to get me to argue for anyone besides him right now. It's the best value in fantasy at quarterback.
Yeah, 4,500 remaining.
I'm assuming that Joe Burrow's.
I had Kelsey in there too. Remember, so we can still just get rid of Kelsey.
I'll go Andrews over Kelsey.
Oh yeah, I forgot we had Kelsey in.
That'll save $1,200.
Oh, why don't you do the Hawkinson stack
with CJ Stroud?
No, with Cousins.
I put CJ Stroud in there so we can save some money. I got Tyreek Hill in there. They're playing against Denver.
All right, who can you get at 5,700?
Tyreek's going to have Patrick Surtain and Justin Simmons bracketing him the whole game. This might actually be a Waddle game.
If Waddle plays.
As a Russell Wilson fan that pays too much attention to the Broncos. I mean, Hill and Waddle are both going to be fine, but Waddle's also banged up.
Let's save this money there too. There you go. How about that? Put Keenan Allen in there. Mark Andrews in there. That gives us 7,100 to play with. So now you got all these players to pick from. How's that? Is that better?
I'm fine with that. Why are you guys so high on Kendre Miller?
I never said I was high on him. It was just a low guy that we grabbed.
This is his first game healthy, and it's Kendre Miller or it's Tony Jones Jr. Jamal Williams out. Kamara's not back yet. It'll be those two. I think.
What about Jerome Ford? He's $100 more than Kendre Miller.
We already talked about that. Tough defense.
I don't give a fuck though. I'd rather have Jerome Ford than Kendre Miller.
What about Brian Robinson against Buffalo?
Is he the same price range? Oh no.
So what I did is I put Jordan Addison in at wide receiver.
That's Bijan. Where's Brian?
Just to get a little bit of piece of that. So I'm getting a little bit of piece of that, Minnesota Chargers game with Keenan Allen and Jordan Addison. And then we can.
How expensive is Brian Robinson?
He can put him in our lineup right now. So it would be CJ Stroud, Travis Etienne, Brian Robinson, Tank Dell. So you get the CJ Stroud, Tank Dell stack. Keenan Allen, Jordan Addison, Mark Andrews, Raheem Mostert, and the Seahawks defense. Remaining salary $100. I think this team's pretty good.
I still don't love I would rather do a different stack on the
quarterback.
How
much more expensive is Kirk Cousins?
Oh my god!
Really?
I missed a lot.
Kirk is 69
for a touchdown.
69, dude.
Jesus. Okay.
I mean, we could do that, and then you have to take out Addison and put in like KJ Osborne. Touchdown, New York Giants.
If you did
Matt Breida. Mel, your guy got a touchdown.
Hey, let's how much is Hawkinson in comparison to Andrews?
He's more.
Okay, go back to Andrews.
500 more.
He's 500 more. Yeah, go back to Andrews.
500.
All right. What if you did? Let's do something a little crazy here. All right. Let's just see how this looks. Take out Stroud. I would be clicking around myself. All right, and then take out Allen. Take out Allen and Addison just for a second. All right, now put in let's see how this looks. Let's look at a Dak CD stack.
We're not doing Dak Prescott.
We're being a hater.
Yeah, dude. Let's see who they play. They play Arizona. I guess that's reasonable.
The 30th ranked pass defense.
All right.
And they just put Budda Baker on IR.
Man. All right. I guess I'll do this because of Marcy, but I'm not excited about it. I do like CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb. You got 4,200 left. Who can you get at 4,200?
Josh Reynolds. If he plays, I mean, otherwise, like I said, he'd get a piece. You know, KJ Osborne, he might get some in the end zone. Like the same thing you're hoping with Josh Reynolds is he gets like a.
Hold on, let's go back. Take out Brian Robinson against Buffalo. You're gonna like this. Take out Brian Robinson against Buffalo.
You said you're gonna like this.
Put in Kendre Miller again.
Man, you're really hoping for upside with Kendre.
Well, isn't that what you said we have to do if you really want to win? There's only 2 running backs to get carries. All right, now 5,700. Now go to wide receiver. Amari Cooper, DJ Moore, Terry McLaurin.
I'd rather just put Addison in there. He's had a touchdown every single week.
You still have 200 left.
I mean, that doesn't matter. Let's see. Maybe still spend down on defense too if you wanted to.
Oh shit! Go back to wide receiver. Hold on. Just went by a dude. So we can get the best defense if we grab a cheap wide receiver.
Not cheap. I want to go on receiver.
Yeah, but there was a dude. Fucking. Whatever. I lost it.
I think we're overthinking this. I think we're overthinking this too much.
I mean, I messaged you the guys that I want. I'm happy with the rest of it.
You messaged.
As long as you got a couple of them.
Or you can, if you want to go cheaper than Dak and CD, you can go. Well, then you got ETN, so you could go Trevor and Ridley. But they're not going to. Dak like favors CD hard, and they're playing an easy pass defense.
I mean, Houston's an easy pass defense too. They just give up a lot of points to Minshew, right? I mean,
hey man, you want to fucking play around? Why don't you go see this wide receiver with 2 Y's at the end of their first name that you guys don't like, that scored a touchdown last week that will fit to the play.
Do they have 2 Y's? 2 Y's
in their first name.
Wow, Debo breaking these tackles, bro. Oh my god.
Who has 2 Y's in their first name?
Oh, it's Sky Moore.
Oh. Why do you so
Or Rashee Rice or fucking Kadarius Toney. Pick a Chiefs wide receiver you like.
Rashee Rice will be the cheapest. But Sky Moore's right there. Against Chicago. Chicago's weak. They're real weak.
One of these Chiefs wide receivers is going to score this week.
Yeah, that's the thing, man. You got to pick them, right?
Pop in Sky Moore and see how much that gives us. Just to appease Mr. Ronnie there. And then we can see maybe we have enough money to replace Tank with somebody else that would have similar. Or Kendre, since you guys are like, the upside of Kendre. I don't know.
Fuck.
I mean, we have Mostert down here. We could take Mostert out and figure out different flex and get rid of
Dude, Mostert's going to score 1 million points until he gets hurt. Doesn't matter.
Just like I said, like at flex, you could just go put a tight end in there that you think it might also do well, and they're cheap.
Kittle.
You know, like you said, Hunter Henry. Right? Like you could put Hunter Henry in here for like $4,100, and then.
Here.
How much we got left? 57.
Still could put something here. Like instead, you could do this. I mean, I like that, dude. That's pretty consistent for Hunter Henry. I mean, 17 points, 16 points. Is he going to do it again? You play against the Jets.
I don't like those divisions. I don't like
Jets defense. I don't love it. I would rather have Andrews.
We have Andrews. I was just
You
looking
put
at the
a
flex.
Mostert at running back, so we got 5,000 apiece.
Yeah, well, I just moved Mostert from flex to running back.
No, Atlanta's.
Let's see.
If you went with a Sky Moore, just to appease our guy, how much does that leave you with?
56. It's not like a big jump. That's at flex, so you can, let's see. You starting Brees Hall versus New England?
No, I would do T-Mac before that.
McLaurin?
Even though I don't want to play him against Buffalo.
I'm not playing McLaurin.
Javonte.
Gaffrey for 5 yards up the middle. What about
Javonte
Zay?
against or Zay? But we got Andrews. Not Jamal, Javonte.
Oh, whoops. Dude, Jamal Williams, he's such a trip.
Against Miami.
I'm not doing that either. I'd rather play Zach Moss against Baltimore. I mean, I guess it's against Baltimore. I wouldn't do that. Well, let's see. We could get Nico and we have Tank Dell. Damn it.
You could always pop Dell out, put Nico in, and then put somebody else in the flex.
That's true.
Oh, we could swap. Oh, check this out. Okay, so you can put Kendre in the flex. Him and Dell are like the same. You can afford Kendre there.
Where is he?
I think you already passed him. Oh, he's 4,300. Oh, that sucks.
But we can get I saw a name down there I liked. You get Kyle Pitts. You put Kyle Pitts in there. What do you think?
Let's do it. Or you could put in Thielen with the red rifle.
What was that? You said Thielen? Who do they play? But he's going to have, man, I don't know. There we go. Said Pitts in the flex. What do you think, Ronnie? Pitts in the flex? All right, we'll do it to finish it off and just fire it up. This better be the best lineup of all time. This better score like 1,000 points. All right, you see it here. You seen it first. Setting it and forgetting it.
I'll send you $5.
No, it's fine. I don't care. It's $5.
Hey, look, you remember this from our show?
Let's go. Good stuff. I need a refill. How's the water doing?
Down the hatch.
All right, so we're third quarter, 5 minutes left. 12 New York, 17 San Fran. And I wish we could have got, let's see. I wish we could have got some other people to come on too. It would have been a lot more fun.
I know, I was trying. Everybody's tied up tonight.
Dayball is pissed.
Dude, look at this. All the freaking pills, dude. I'm like an old person all these freaking green pills.
Why were they trying to?
Come on, go CMC. Oh,
Man, he's so good. He's so good.
you're muted.
I was wondering why you guys weren't responding to me. I was making so many good comments.
We were purposely ignoring you.
These guys are jerks. They won't entertain me anymore.
That's us, man.
Oh,
Even,
So I just, for example, I was just like, they zoomed in on Brian Dabble. Yeah, I get it. All right, Anthony, I figured it out. Be quiet. So, for example, of the wonderful things I was saying while muted, Brian Dabble on the screen, and I say, I want someone that's a talented 3D modeler to go and model all of the overweight NFL coaches and then do one of those stupid TikTok things where they just race things and race them rolling sideways down the hill. I don't know why. It just got in my head. I want to see Brian Dabble rolling down the hill sideways. But anyway, I don't know how long I was muted. I was heavily debating your stupid DFS lineup, by the way. Did you end up playing Sky Moore or Kyle Pitts?
he
Yep,
played
that's for
both
you.
of them.
Was I muted when that happened?
Yeah,
I don't know. You weren't saying anything, so maybe.
you did give me a thumbs up though.
Thank you for chiming in, Anthony. I was trying to explain that what they're going to do is they're going to bracket Drake London because they're going to put Surtain on London. So he's probably not going to have his best game. He's going to have a tough fucking matchup. He's really good, which we all know. But they also, Kareem Jackson and Simmons are going to fucking take, their goal is going to be to take Bijan out and eliminate Drake London. And then
Man,
I don't think that they have the linebackers to put up with Pitts. So I actually like him this week.
Another field goal. I can't believe this game is like. I thought it would be a lot more separation. Like it's a one possession game.
Ooh, that's cool.
He's just a game guy. He's just a game manager.
Who?
Brock Purdy.
I gotta go
Brock
refill
Purdy?
the water.
Yeah, that's what they used to say about Tom Brady. All right.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We will see, man. Brock Purdy. Tell you, he's not looking so hot for fantasy right now. He's all right, but
he's a great week.
I'm glad I went. We'll see what happens with good old cooking Russ this week. Hope he's cooking because I'm glad I did sit him, Daniel Jones, and Purdy though. Glad I did that.
Here's the thing: the Bears make everyone look better right now, but dude, the Broncos, like, that roster sucks. I'm rooting for him, obviously, because I love Russ. It doesn't suck, but it's not. When I say suck, I just mean relative to, like, I don't know, the fucking Eagles. Like, it's not top tier right now. If Judy can come back to 100% and get involved in the offense and start playing complete games, I think the Broncos can skyrocket. But right now,
who is that?
Judy.
Oh yeah, it's Mimsy.
Yeah, Mims is just not ready to like handle the entire load. I like him.
Yeah, that Johnson came in too. Brandon. What did you call him?
Dennis.
Yeah.
Dennis Johnson. The one and only. Dude, how crazy is it that Dion almost lost his foot?
Yeah, no. He's out there balling.
I kind of wish he had. And then he could, well, no, I mean, really. But for this scenario, he could then campaign for Colorado to change their mascot to the Pirates, and he could walk around with a peg leg with, like, the sunglasses.
Wow.
I don't know, man. I just miss Mike Leach. All right. I need more Pirate coaches back in my life.
Yeah, Anthony, I agree. They need to find a way to get Mims more involved. He is electric. Very good. I'm sad that I dropped him.
They will.
For DST.
Honestly, losing both.
There we go. Jordan Love versus Jared Goff. Does Jordan Love throw 3 touchdowns again?
Probably.
Dayball is just heated.
I'm telling you, man.
Heated. All right, 12-20.
You know who I haven't seen a lot of? Let me Google the box score real quick. Pause the stream.
If anybody's wondering, I'm eating Chipotle chips and guac. Did a good job on the chips today. And the guac. It's been pretty crappy lately.
I had Chipotle 2 days ago. I love that place. All right.
I do love me some Chipotle.
Shout out to no one in particular. You know who you are.
Oh.
Where's Jalen Hyatt on the box score here? We're in week 3. He's had 2 good plays. Where is it? Not here.
What do you got now? Any more snacks?
Not yet.
Some grapes.
Can you have guacamole but no chips?
Yeah, I can have guacamole, no chips.
You guys are making me hungry.
Man, I'm sorry.
This is our episode of Thursday Night Football. # snack time.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
You got a lot of questions coming out tonight? Do you got a lot of questions from the network?
So the network questions hit tomorrow, and we have a lot. By the way, Ronnie, if you go on the app, you ask any questions.
Oh, dude. I already got 3 friends. Got some pretty spicy questions in there. Shadow ops. I'm infiltrating your forums.
So we'll have our Friday show is from the forum. We do questions from the website for the week from the app, and then we also take live questions on the air.
Yeah, I like you guys' shows.
Ooh. You hopping on tonight for the PAT?
I'll hop in, yeah. I'm always down.
I'll do it.
We always promote each other
early tomorrow. So.
About promoting.
Let's get weird.
Well, Wandale Robinson catch, even though it's for like nothing. This defense, man, the 49ers defense is no joke. They got a lot of good players, man. Tuala Hufunga.
Oh, that dude's
Tuala
wild.
Hufunga, dude, he's so good. Like DFT or defense or IDP leagues last year when I picked him up, he was out there in waiver wires and he just
shout out to Jeff. He wasn't on waiver wires in any of my leagues because Jeff was talking about him like in fucking March, and then he went to the Niners and he went nuclear on that guy.
Holding call or rocking the passer.
Grapes are a good snack.
You ever had cotton candy grapes?
No, that's fake.
That's real. I'm telling you, it's real.
I'm out.
Look it up. They got grapes that taste like cotton candy.
That's like genetically modified. That ain't healthy.
What about alcohol grapes?
Alcohol grapes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you can't have that.
I can't have that right now.
Oh, well,
no alcohol till Sunday night.
You could have frozen grapes in your water.
Yeah. No,
right, what's gonna happen on this play?
Yeah, no PI on that. He wasn't even facing the ball.
That's my boy Walla.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I need him to have a big game. I mean, he's just like.
Who could you have started over him?
That wasn't pass interference.
Ooh. Marcy said she just had tacos.
Ooh.
Tacos are bomb.
Yeah, they go hard.
My wife makes some killer tacos.
Hey, what's y'all's favorite item on the Taco Bell menu? That's a serious question. Don't laugh.
I hardly ever eat a Taco Bell.
All right,
Come on,
I'll get you.
Marcy.
Hard for me. I have to have
Anthony.
I have to have cheesy Fiesta potatoes because those go hard. I know it's so gross, but if you made those at home, it would be really good.
Cheesy gordita crunch, man.
I like the cheesy gordita crunch, and I have to go with a steak quesadilla.
I like the Mexican pizza.
Or cheesy gordita or the Crunchwrap Supremes are so easy to make at home. You make those at home.
It's all the same ingredients.
This commercial has been sponsored by Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Thursday night watch party.
Bang.
Maybe I have Chipotle.
Chipotle is like the best. I'm not gonna bullshit. Although Chipotle is incredible. However, if you told me I could have one meal a day for the rest of my life, but I wouldn't be hungry otherwise, I would choose a cheesy gordita crunch over a Chipotle burrito. Those things, I don't know what it is.
One meal every day for life.
Like if you weren't hungry otherwise, you just had to eat like one fucking thing every day. I'd be like, okay, I'll take a cheesy gordita crunch over that burrito because the burrito kind of tastes like everything else. Gordita, I've never had
cheesy gordita crunch over everything else though.
Yeah, I mean, if it was me,
not
man,
everything else.
Well, as you said, one meal for the rest of your life. I'm like,
I've eaten at a couple 5-star restaurants. I'd go there over a gordita crunch. I'd go to
if it was me, I would eat, and it would be somewhat healthy.
What's this fucking commercial for? Chili's?
My
I'd go
favorite
there.
food. Sushi is my favorite food. I would have that for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
I love sushi,
dude. Think about how many parasites you'd eat if you ate only that for the rest of your life.
I'll tell you right now. I lived in Japan, and I've actually seen some shit, squirming in the. I mean, they have sushi go rounds. You can see it. I mean, just pick the good stuff. You go to a restaurant, I mean, you go to the right restaurants. Like when I was in Japan, man, they had some high class restaurants, and it was like very inexpensive. Like good sushi restaurants, like nigiri, dude, just fish over rice. You go with that. Give you some good wasabi, some good, very good soy sauce. Give me some like amazing, like really good fresh green tea. I'm be in heaven, man. Or some good apple sake. I'll take that too. Be in heaven.
I like that. This place near us has bluefin tuna sashimi. That's my go-to.
And the best, I mean, you gotta have good rice too, like really good rice or that wine rice, sake rice. Yeah, I love sushi.
Have you guys been to South America?
I've never been to South America. I'd like to.
I went to no.
Central America is pretty cool, but like everyone can go to Mexico, and it takes up most of Central America. But I've been to Lima and Argentina and a few other spots, but I'd go back to Lima like every time. That place is awesome. Santiago is really cool as well. But the food in Lima, holy shit. I ate at this one place and I thought of this because of the sushi thing, but we had it serves like every level of the mountains of Peru. This guy went and found ingredients for each like level of altitude. And one of them was sea urchin and sea sponge served over barracuda head. Not making this shit up. Wasn't great. 17 courses. That one was not good. They're all like little bite-sized things, like frou-frou stuff. But I don't know, man.
Japan, the spam is a huge thing in Japan.
You do sushi over steak?
Oh yeah.
Have you had Wagyu before? You have to. You were in Japan.
They just said, like if I could have any kind of Japanese food would probably be my number one. And it's really hard because really authentic Italian is good because I lived in Italy. Mexican food, I mean, I guess I've had a lot of more Tex-Mex and stuff, but even like, everything is different. Like Their sour cream is different. Like same thing in Japan. Like their mayo is different. Everything's different. Like I'm gonna tell you right now, the first pizza I had out there in Japan was this place called Pizza in the Sky, and it was literally a pizza place that they have in the mountain. And you look over the like in the ocean, like over the ocean from the mountain. It's crazy. And their main pizza was spam, corn, and mayonnaise. That was what was on it. So good.
I love Spam. I had a really when I worked in the music industry, I was really dude. I was broke as fuck for like 5 years working in the music industry, and I ate a lot of Spam and a lot of ramen, and I still to this day eat ramen kind of like semi regularly, a few times a month. I just like it.
I love ramen. My wife won't let me eat it though.
Some people hate it. I don't blame them. It's gross.
Ramen salesman in Japan, door-to-door ramen salesman.
Dude, real ramen is so fucking good. It blew up in Atlanta. There's a lot of good spots down here, surprisingly.
You're talking about like top ramen.
Oh yeah, Maruchan, man.
Maruchan.
Oh, dude, I used to eat that stuff like crazy in college.
So good, dude, with the spam and the egg. So good.
Yeah, dude, that's underrated. Even like American ramen, if you get egg and you like put your spices in it and then you throw that
ribeye.
I'm with Marcy. All right. Fucking thank you. Somebody chimed in that has a sense with their taste buds over here. Fuck your fish. Let's get in on the steaks. We're in America here. All right.
I'm down for a steak, man.
Let's go back to Japan. I want some Wagyu. I worked at Fogo de Chao when I was younger. I'll take some of that Wagyu. Plus, it's fun to say Wagyu. You can say it like you're Italian. Hey, you want a Wagyu?
Man, they're just running clock. Just running the ball.
Why not, man? They can't stop the run. It's exactly what happened. That's why Swift had so much good. Like after the second half, dude, the Vikings defense was so tired because of all the turnovers. They were so tired from being on the field. They just ran the shit out of the ball. You know, look at time of possession. It was like almost 40 minutes.
His elbow. Fuck.
The Eagles had the ball for almost 40 minutes in that game. And Kirk Cousins. Okay, let's think about that stat. Kirk Cousins basically threw a touchdown every 5 minutes. That's incredible. That's incredible.
There's a gif right there. Brian Dabble licking his lips for 15 seconds. Jesus.
So Kirk Cousins and Jordan Love are tied for the most touchdowns after week 2.
Isn't that crazy, Jordan Love?
That's crazy. They got a loss last week. I mean, I think it's
good. I get freaked out when you're like top 3 early on and you shouldn't be. Just like that never works out.
I mean, their defense doesn't look too bad. I mean, when Aaron Jones is there, they look really good. When Aaron Jones is healthy, man, the team looks incredible.
The question is in fantasy, if you have Kirk Cousins and you have a bunch of tacos, like, can you count on trading for like Joe Burrow right now? Can you count on Joe Burrow being better than Kirk Cousins over the rest of the season?
I wouldn't even make that trade.
Yeah.
You would keep Kirk Cousins over Joe
Burrow?
Burrow?
Who would you trade him for? Patrick Mahomes,
man.
probably.
I'm telling you right now, even though their team might not be good, I mean, even though the Vikings might not be a winning team, they're throwing the ball. They're just going to keep throwing the ball. I mean, I'd rather just chase stats at this point. Like Kirk Cousins
at that point,
last year he was quarterback 8. Like, I mean, I'd rather. I mean, Burrow right now. I think that injury. I don't think it's just the injury. I think it's a mental thing.
Let's go.
Nice big Kittle play. The mental man being just think about having that injury before you came in, and all of a sudden you had a really shitty game. Then you have 2 really shitty games. Now you're like thinking about to yourself, like maybe I am really hurt. Maybe I shouldn't be in. You know, like they're taking him out this past. He won't be playing.
Burrow?
Yeah, he's not playing. He'll sit.
Well, like, all right, let's put it on.
He said you should sit. Even if he sits for 3 to 4 weeks, we're fine with that. And
I'll give you a scenario where I'd trade for Burrow. And I've got a league where I've got Tua and Cousins, and I'll trade for Burrow in that league. I'm 2-0. I've got the team stacked. And in that scenario, I can like take the hit over the next 6 weeks to then flip over and get exposure to Higgins and Chase, which I know Hawkinson, Addison, Jefferson is really tantalizing, but I'd rather have Higgins, Chase, and Mixon over those three. Although I get it. I don't know. I was, like I said, off-season massive proponent of Kirk Cousins, sticking by that. Own him everywhere for the most part. But
he has two players that are going to be top two or at least top four at their position. You know, having Hawkinson and having JJ, and then you added Addison and KJ Osborne is good. You know, I mean, that's that wide receiver room or that receiver room. I'm not just saying wide receiver because Hawkinson is a receiver on that team. You know, like that's four really good receivers right there. And like it sucks is why we're losing games is turnovers. They've got to have 8 to 9 turnovers right now. Like that's way too many after 2 weeks. That's a lot.
Yeah. What's this?
Can't do that. Can't win games when you're doing that. This commercial's wild.
I just want to run in this guy.
Guy lost his hat though.
I think it was Toilets to Titles podcast in like fucking March. I got on and told him that Kirk Cousins might be the number 1 overall quarterback this year as a bold prediction. Which I still would say that's a bold as fuck prediction. He's not going to keep this up the whole season and stay as number 1. He could.
No, you could see him finishing top 5.
Yes, I'm with you there.
Probably, I mean, if he goes over 5,000 yards, the odds, I mean, are pretty good of him being top 4.
I think top 5, top 4, top 3 even is certainly in the realm of possibilities. If all of his weapons stay healthy, if Addison, Jefferson, and Hawkinson, if all the 3 sons stay healthy, you're good. You're good.
He's on pace for over 6,000 passing yards and 51 touchdowns.
So the guy just posted a trade in the group. For Jamar Chase, he would be dealing Puka and Amon-Ra.
Yeah. I would take Puka and Amon-Ra for Chase. Fuck off.
I think if I'm trying to
he's got JJ, by the way.
I don't care. Dude, Puka and Amon-Ra. What's the difference between Amon-Ra and Chase?
Oh genuinely, my gosh.
That was almost a touchdown.
Oh, dude. He's so mad. He knew he had it.
I like the trade just because the fact that you're growing your wide receiver room if you need depth. I don't know if I'm on.
Dude, Puka and Amon-Ra might literally be the same player. Like, not super fast, incredibly versatile in like the first and second level.
When Cooper Kupp comes back, though, he will. I mean, there will be. I mean, the target share will be a lot different.
There's a chance Cooper Kupp is like comes back, but his fucking workload
can't drop that
for
in his
6
hands.
or 7 weeks.
He knocked it out.
I don't think he really did.
Man,
I think he tried to pull it down too fast, and it just flew out of his hands. Yeah, that was a bad play with Mitchell, though.
So even if Cooper Kupp comes back, here's the thing about Puka. Puka's playing the Robert Woods role in that offense. So like even if Kupp comes back, it doesn't matter. He's still going to get probably 7 to 10 targets a week if he is legit, which I believe he is. The guys who die are like Tutu and Higbee, like fucking whatever. It becomes one of those guys has an okay week and the other one's dead each week, and then Puka and Kupp are going to run in. I don't know. I really fucking believe in Puka. He's really good.
I think he's pretty good, yeah.
The question for me really is less Cooper Kupp and more about if Matthew Stafford's elbow explodes at some point this season. But I'm much more concerned about that.
I think he would still play with a blown out elbow.
Well, I mean, he tried to last year, and he's fucking terrible.
Stetson Bennett is he still on the team?
Stetson Bennett's like jerking off in people's gardens right now. I think he's on he's genuinely. I think he's on an absence from the team.
He's got some mental health problems.
And if that's the case, I'll sympathize with it, and I'll still make crude jokes about it, and I feel like I deserve to. But Yeah, I don't know. Stetson, I own him in a couple dynasty leagues. Like he's got moxie. He could probably be a Baker Mayfield kind of like a flash.
Kittle sighting right there. Some Kittle.
We're gonna kick another field goal here. Freaking A. Dude,
We got to start playing.
That's my kicker, baby. That's my kicker in the Swift League, baby.
the CMC touchdown would have been nice on that catch.
So in that stupid
We still
Swift
need a
League,
Bosa sack, don't we?
Yeah, we need a Bosa
there's no
sack.
kickers. Yeah. Come on, Moody, make it.
He's only got me 13 points right now.
He made it.
1 sack, 3 tackles, 2 solo, 1 assisted, and 2 QB hits.
So you talk about
that fantasy advice network league, I got Swift, or not Swift. I got Moody, but remember, week 1, I didn't even play a kicker because I told everyone I wasn't going to, and I still had the second highest score. I'm telling you, Tyler, I'm taking over your website's followers here. What's happening? They're all coming over to my website, which doesn't exist. So,
well, and just because you beat them doesn't mean they're going to follow you.
Yeah, they're going to block me. Actually.
Get him.
I'm sorry. I take it back.
There's this thing called relationship.
Terrible at it.
I agree with that. Being a people person is it's a real thing.
No, man, we love the network. You know, the fantasy, for those of you, I mean, I don't know how many people are actually tuned in right now, but the Fantasy Football Advice Network it's really cool. Just people hanging out. I mean, I see questions every day, people asking trades. You know, I see bets coming across. Like there's all kinds of things, Dynasty, DFS, and everybody's like just chipping in and like hanging out and talking about that. And that's all it is. You know, you're like, it's just football. It's like I pull it up like when I'm at work and I've been grinding and I need like a break. I pull it up and I'm like, oh yeah, football. Let me just throw my thoughts out here on a couple of these questions, you know, and then I'm back at it. We should within the next week have push notifications, which will be awesome on the app. We've been working on that. That's been a work in progress because we had them, but what it would do is whenever you clicked on the push notification, it would just take you to the app. It wouldn't take you to what was specifically, you know, you were commenting on or got the notification for. So that's what we're fixing. So we're testing it now. So far, so good.
I like it, man. It'll be very helpful. I'll tell you that.
And we'll go through some of those questions on the forum tomorrow.
What do you got going tonight? So tonight, just gonna have questions for people coming in and hanging out.
Yeah, people are gonna come in and hang out. We got, you know, we'll kind of talk about the game a little bit, some surprises. You know, obviously it looks like probably some players that you depended on to put up numbers, and you're gonna need to, like, you know, maybe pull some bigger ones out. A lot of stuff out there on the waivers, you know, talking about some targets. Mainly just answer folks' questions. You know, after Thursday Night Football, everybody's scrambling because, like, who they thought was going to have a killer game doesn't. You know, like, what do I do? And trades. We get trades all the time.
Yeah, there's a lot of questions. Like I said, I would lie. I'm stoked to have those notifications because I had a couple people ask me some questions. I was like, dang it, I totally missed this. I'm stoked that I love the growth, man. We talk about your app a lot because it's a smart app, and there's a lot of people on there, a lot of content creators where you can just come in and kind of ask your question, and anybody can just see it right there, you know, and they can just answer it. I like that. It's even better than, you know, Twitter just gets flooded.
Yeah. Which, you know, there may be a time at which ours is more flooded, you know, because it has so many people on it, but we'll figure out how to map it out well. Oh, come on.
There you go, a little Daniel Jones run.
I know. I don't think even Bosa was in on that.
We need some tackles from him. That's what we need. Just even if we get some more tackles. Got time. Man, it's game, dude. What happened to New York, man? They were just like flying last week. Got dominated in week 1, flying last week. This week to just kind of
number 75.
Playing a really good team.
I'm really hoping that we'll see
Yeah,
a nice couple on this. Giants being behind for everybody that played Waller. We're going to get a few more of those catches. I think he's at 3 catches right now.
What's Debo at? Because that was right. We had to get over 5.
4.
Debo is at 4 receptions on 10 targets.
Ooh, that's not good, man.
I told you, Waller. This is what you wanted. For all those there's actually a guy, Joey. Shout out, man! If you end up tuning into this later, always is asking me questions on Facebook, and he was like, "Do I play Waller or Juwan Johnson?" And I was like, "Man, I feel like a shootout or like the Giants will be playing from behind, so I feel like that's going to help Waller get some more catches, and so it's good to see that happening."
For how good this defense is, I mean, he's only been sacked twice and hit twice. 4 hurries. I mean, that's pretty damn good for that line. For how bad they looked, in week 1.
Yeah.
And was it like 6 or 7 sacks? It's a lot, man. I couldn't imagine he did that much.
3rd and 11. Let's see.
I mean, if they score a touchdown here, they make it a game again. There's plenty of time. I mean, they got a lot of. I mean, they got to really move this
Waller, ball. You stink. I'm just kidding. You're really great. You got to catch.
You got to catch that.
Dude, he's missed a couple tonight like that.
It's a bad throw.
Those are like they have an Ingram hands from when he was in New York.
Well, I mean, also you got as a quarterback,
that's a little high.
He's wide open. He's got to jump for that on the
run. It
run.
was behind and high though. That was the problem. Like if it was 1.5 foot in front of him, he would.
Yeah, you throw it in front of him, dude. That's a lot. That's like 15, 20 more yards probably.
Yeah.
Punt.
And now here we go with the Niners chewing clock. It's going to be the Elijah Mitchell show.
Oh, nice punt though. 60 yards. Dude, Kittle's such a man. He's such a nerd. He's such a.
Have you watched the Beer Olympics yet? He's great in that. Him and Forrest Buckner win the whole thing. It's fucking hilarious. Sorry, spoilers.
Gosh. Ronnie, that's not very nice, dude. No, I can't. No, I'm not even gonna watch it.
Spoiled the whole 30-minute YouTube video. Fuck.
You're an awful person.
So let me ask you, what kind of fantasy players are y'all? Do you watch your fantasy team on Sundays? Do you sit there and watch your teams, or are you somebody who kind of checks it at halftime? Or you just wait till the end of the
playoffs? I watch my teams. I tune into the games. When money's on the line, I'm in. Regular season, I tune into. I watch players. I don't even really have an NFL team. It's the most.
No, I'm talking about your fantasy teams. Do you tune into your fantasy team? Do you are you somebody who looks at sleep all right, well, every 2 minutes you're all right, what are my teams?
Oh, I thought you meant on the games.
No, your fantasy football teams. Are you a fantasy football player? Are you somebody who checks in every 5 minutes? Are you somebody who waits till halftime? Just wait till the end of the day.
This is a good question for the app. That's a great one.
I mean, it's true. Go ahead. You can use it. I don't care.
Normally, I check it pretty often, especially if I'm looking for a certain amount of points during the games. But this year, I'm in, with the launch of the network and everything, I'm in more leagues, and so I'm checking it less.
And you're doing a lot. You're so active. It's just I'll just wait on that. That's how
I mean, you see, even I have things that I'm disciplined for. So for all the Jersey leagues, I go in each week on Sunday mornings and I post a match of the week, and so people can vote, and hopefully it gets users maybe talking a little bit. I post, even though I'm not in any of those leagues, just post stuff to kind of keep community churning. So like having to do that in so many leagues and working through it's just, it's a lot.
No, I feel you, man. Like I feel like this next year I got to cut back on a couple of leagues just so I can like focus on the business, focus on creating content still, and then running my leagues efficiently. Like we play fantasy football not only just for fun but also for money. Like so, if you are playing for money, like if you're not being efficient with your teams and you're just blowing money, like. So like I feel like sometimes I don't mind getting in all these charity leagues, but I think I am gonna have to cut it back on some leagues, man. I'm in like with the on sleeper alone, I think I'm in like 18 leagues, which is it's too much, man.
That's one thing I appreciate. So 2 of the charity leagues that man, look at
Devo's
Devo
hurt.
running, bro.
That was
Let's
nice.
go.
That's nice, Devo.
Ribs.
Right, knocked his breath out.
Yeah, too many leagues for me, man. Too many leagues. I just it's still fun. It's a lot of fun. Like I think I'm gonna start I think I want to do more live drafts or auction drafts. Like that's what I want to do. I think I want to get out of some of these dynasty leagues I'm in. I think I want to get back more into redraft leagues. Just like so it's easier to like if I don't want to play in that league, it's like all right, I'm good. But getting to some more serious
Here's one.
Redraft leagues.
You want to do this with me and Dustin Lubke next year and a couple other people? It's we're gonna test it out where you draft either your quarterback, your tight end, and your wide receiver, or your quarterback and your backup, tight end, wide receiver, and then each week you draft another flex. So like every week there's a 1-round draft, and you build your team out for the first 10 weeks. And you have your playoffs. That's it. There's some nuances and stuff that we're working out, but I don't really love DFS that much. It's not my favorite thing. And I much prefer dynasties, so it's kind of a nice hybrid between DFS and redraft. You get to draft 10 times.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I like DFS, but it's just you just got to be smart play. There was this. It really sucks that this. I mean, I can. It's a shout out to like there was this thing called Super Draft that we were doing for a while. I don't know if anybody heard about it, but it was a pretty cool. It was a pretty cool concept, and they basically you could be an ambassador and make money. And I mean, I was making a little bit of money doing it, basically getting people into it and telling them how to basically do lineups and stuff. It would be it would be a great concept for what we're doing now. Like you basically get people to just sign up and shit. But how they did their shit was there's no salary cap. Everybody has multipliers. You know what I'm saying? So instead of like looking low for like to keep your and you could basically you could have all the top players in your lineup if you want to. You could have Travis Kelce, Mahomes, Justin Jefferson, McCaffrey. Like you could just like basically stack your whole lineup if you wanted to, but their multipliers would be like 1, because they're all the top players. But you could like look way down on the list, right, and find like a multiplier of like 3 or something like that. So if that player ends up like, it was nice for basketball because you could like find like centers that would like fill in, and all of a sudden they'd like put up the same thing as a normal center, but they would like times 2, so they'd be getting like 80 points. So you're like, holy shit! So it was like a cool concept because you could like, you could build your team however you wanted. There's no salary, so you could build that super hot team. But they're all like 1 or 1.1 multipliers. Or you could find some of those guys that are way down there that are like filling in, right? Like a Zach Moss, who was probably like a 2.3 multiplier, right? And all of a sudden he goes off for 20 points times 2.3, that you're already at 50 points for a player. You know what I'm saying? It's a cooler concept, but they just had somebody that isn't running the company correct, which sucks because I was like, this is like the coolest concept for like, daily fantasy sports. Like you're not limited to, a salary. I was like, that's super cool. Like you can literally build your team. So I was like, damn it. It sucks that it just didn't work. It failed, but
George Kittle.
Cool concept.
I love you, George Kittle.
Dude, he is a really, like I said, he's like great. The best part about drafting Kittle, I mean, it kind of sucks. Like he's going to be blocking a lot, but he's going to be out there almost every single play. So the opportunity is just massive. And what he does like after the catch is ridiculous. Like he's a huge wide receiver.
He's a monster.
He's good. Use check, baby. Gotta get that fullback going. Who do y'all play this week? Who's Tennessee play this week?
Some fucking
Do you watch college football? A lot of it, or just a little bit?
We play ETSU, I think.
Yeah, Gamecocks play some small team, man. It pissed me off. They look so good in the first half against Georgia. Or sorry, against Ohio.
I was rooting for you guys.
I
mean, we got fucking embarrassed by Florida. I like Joe Milton. I wish we would
awful.
And the Gamecocks look so good, and they're like, all right. I was like, do not go. Just keep playing. There's no halftime. Just keep playing. Don't go to halftime. They went in there and got lazy. Man, that defense came out and just stopped everything. Like they didn't score again, and then that offense just came out and just scored so many points. It was so depressing. You're like, I was so hyped going to, man. Could you imagine? Like I said, if you could bet first half, like if you bet first half Gamecocks like on the spread, like you probably would have made some good money.
Oh yeah. Oh, come on, CMC.
You can't just run into your own player. Come on now.
That's
not what stars do. All right. So who would you say a player? Who would you say so since you've been playing fantasy football, who would you say your favorite running back that you got to have on your team was?
CMC.
Ever?
Right. Yeah, on your any fantasy football team you ever had.
Literally got the signed jersey.
I do love McCaffrey. Who'd you say?
LT.
Yeah. So mine would probably be
not really fair. Maybe Bijan, actually.
I liked Matt Forte. He was fun to have on teams.
Dude, he was the anchor of a lot of my teams back in the day.
Matt Forte was he was one of my first.
He was the original PPR cheat code.
Like him, he was somebody that was fun. Like Adrian Peterson was somebody I drafted. Like, you got, which is crazy. So McCaffrey was I like your decision on McCaffrey because year 2 McCaffrey, you're getting him like the 4th round, and he just went bananas that year. Same thing with Adrian Peterson, after his, knee injury, like he was like a 4th round pick, 5th round pick, probably even later. And he's like, then he goes for 2,000 yards. Like, holy shit. Like those are the guys like, that's like, like Forte was like a early second, first round, early second, but getting a guy like McCaffrey in year 2, it is exploding. You're like, well, that's a huge for a team. Like getting that in, an RB1 in the 4th round.
Mine, I take it back. I'd go Marshawn just because I was rooting for the Seahawks at that time, and like it was a novelty because Russ was still young.
For
Marshawn
all those people
to watch too.
Sorry, for all those people that did Iggy's bet on Pinnock for 4.5 tackles, you just won.
Let's go, Iggy. Woo! Get that money. Dude, he's been hitting a lot lately. I love it.
It was a nice Deebo Samuel touchdown.
See, Marcy, next year we'll get to get you to do, maybe we can get you to do some DFS with us at least, but next year at least when we do mock drafts, we'll have to get you into some of the best balls. Like there's still a mock draft, for us because you're just mock drafting for money with best ball. So you just do a bunch of those on like, I don't know, Underdog or whatever, but then you would kind of at least hear what your mock draft was, right? When you were mocking at that time. Because it's really fun to see, with some of those best balls, you're like mocking, in June versus like mocking like right before the season starts. Or like even if you're doing best ball leagues like way back in like, right after the Super Bowl, people are like, all right, let's get some best ball leagues going. Like see where your draft is from like there to like the beginning of the season. It's like crazy different.
Dude, Brock Purdy, 325 for 37, 310 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Damn. I sat him, but I put in Russell Wilson, so let's hope that he does well. What's his fantasy score this week?
For
Purdy.
So
300 something. What? So
20 points basically.
Yeah, I mean that's all right. I think Russ can get 28.
We'll see. I hope he lights it up with Judy this week.
Man, so that's the thing. I looked that up for, like I said, versus Miami. He's only played them 3 times in his career, but every time he's played them at home, he's been lights out. Like he'll probably throw an interception, but 2 touchdowns, 350 yards. I mean, I'm good with that. 1 interception. I think he can do better than that.
Dude, listen to this best ball team. This is terrible. This is like Fantrax's best ball draft that I got.
Fantrax is crazy weird.
Listen to these quarterbacks. What a fucking disaster. I got Kyler Murray, Ryan Tannehill, Jesus, and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that sucks. So the upside of Rodgers was ridiculous, right? You think about that, him coming to that team, him bringing some players over that he knows and has played with just last year. Him bringing Cobb over, like I think that's like and Lazard. I mean, then I bet he was talking with the Jets, like, hey, if you want me to come there, bring these players, and then I'll come. And they did that, and he came out.
And I had Garrett Wilson. I mean, the rest of my team's disgusting.
Dude, everything was set. I had Rodgers finishing as QB 12, which is like ridiculous for that comeback. Like, I felt like Garrett Wilson was going to go. I still feel like Garrett Wilson can still finish as, wide receiver 16, 15. Like, the talent is there. It doesn't matter. He showed last year how good he was with 4 different QBs. Like he was still in his first year wide receiver 21 or something like that. So, I mean, that's pretty damn good with nobodies. Like Mike White, Joe Flacco.
That's
Zach Wilson.
That'll be a good one next week.
To see what happens, with this week with Garrett Wilson.
The Thursday night football matchup for next week.
Who plays Jets and who?
No, I think it's Packers Lions.
Oh yeah, you're right. That will be a really good. So yeah, that's going to be really good because that's really going to be who's going to decide the North. I think you're right. Sad to say it, but Vikings are going to keep losing if they keep getting all these turnovers, dude. It's not can't win with it. You can't win like that. Like I said, Kirk Cousins scoring a touchdown per every 5 minutes is pretty ridiculous.
Oh, make them drop it.
So Daniel Jones is kind of looking like a bum. What's his stats, Ronnie? You got that?
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's looked that good. Man, having those
18 of 26 for 129 and nothing.
Yeah, it's not a very good night.
No, it's a fucking quarter. That's a fucking quarter.
That should be a flag. Yep, for sure. You can't do that. Don't do it.
Bro, let me tell you, he don't want to step up to Drake Greenlaw.
Yeah, you don't want to
Drake Greenlaw put that dude in the dirt. Bro, like just turn around, walk away.
What's up, JR? Yeah, dude.
I knew I shouldn't have started Darren Waller. God fucking damn it.
Man, we talked about it on the show tonight. I brought it up.
Dude, that's a guy who some people might need to like fucking cough up some receipts for that guy. I mean, good Lord, I haven't seen a hype machine for a player.
So I had Pitts and Waller outside of my top 12 this year.
Woo! I was wrong about Pitts. I was right.
How can you be wrong? Well, I already said this. So 25. If he got 25% of the, if he caught 25% of the, so the prop bet for Desmond Ridder this year was 2,550 yards. That was his over under for you. Okay, 25% of that is 667 yards.
I don't
That's
understand.
not very good for a tight end. I'm not drafting that guy in the top 12.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping that it would be
pretty
like,
damn good for a tight end. I mean, what does Kelsey get? Probably like 40. I mean, he's got to be. I mean, 35.
well, I mean, the thing that a lot of
high
I've
end tight end, 25%
about
is a
Matt
lot. That's
Collins a lot, but he's eating into a lot of Kyle Pitts' potential touches, which is annoying.
I knew that was going to happen. He did very well, down in. I think he was a wide receiver like 30 something, 20. I mean, he was up there pretty. I mean, he was like a viable wide receiver 3 sometimes for fantasy. Matt Collins when he was over and down in Las Vegas, he was I think wide receiver 36 or something like that. Like he's gonna bite into that. Drake. I said Drake London would probably go for 1,000 yards. Pitts probably goes for like 600. Bijan probably puts up, I don't know, 400 or 500. Then you get like, you still get Algier who probably gets about 100. Then you got Mac Hollins who gets about 400. I mean, like that's already about, you're already up there. That's already about 2,000 something yards. So I mean, Pitts, where's all the yards for Pitts? It's already gone.
Yeah, imagine if Saquon went to any other
blocker right now in that offense. He's George Kittle, dude. He's George Kittle, but not George Kittle.
I don't know. Where's the urgency? Like, it's like the Giants. I mean, basically, they done signed off. There's no urgency. They're not like rushing to the ball and trying to get this thing going. It's like they're set to lose. They're like, all right, we're gonna tank.
You said as we're watching New York Giants versus Santa Clara, how many 2-0 teams do we think are legit?
In the NFL?
Yeah, in the NFL.
Well, San Fran is definitely legit.
Yeah, I would say San Fran's legit.
Cowboys, legit.
I would say that defense is 100% legit. I don't know about the offense. I do think CD Lamb looks really good. I'm not not sit on Dak, but CD Lamb looks fantastic. That defense looks amazing.
I think the Dolphins are legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're pretty damn good.
Let me look at that.
The Bucks are not, the Saints are not, the Falcons are not legit Super Bowl contenders. The fucking Commanders are not legit Super Bowl contenders. I'd say the Niners, the Eagles, the Cowboys, and the NFC. And the Dolphins. And the
interception. Woo! Funga, baby! Interception.
Hey! Did I play him in the wall?
All over the place. That was bounced all over the place.
Better.
Funga comes up with it. Get it.
San Francisco, Dallas, Eagles. Baltimore's 2-0.
Like, come on. That was a terrible play. Dude, Hufanga, dude, he's like reincarnation of Troy Polamalu.
It was just in the air.
Absolutely atrocious.
It's like the awareness. Like Hufanga's like his awareness is like unbelievable. Like that's like what Troy Polamalu was. It's like no matter where he was in the field, like his football awareness, like wherever that ball was, like he was like there. Like the amount of like his interception rate was crazy.
It's all those vitamins they put in the shampoo.
Always working. Never not working, baby. Right, Tyler? Never not working.
Never not working. Never not working. So Baltimore's 2-0. You got them as a contender?
Who?
I'm asking.
Who?
Baltimore Ravens.
Fringe.
No. Nope.
Fringe.
Yeah, they're a fringe team. I think they burn out at the end of the year.
Man, it is crazy that Falcons, Saints, and Bucks, all NFC South, are undefeated. And that division is like
defense. So the Falcons defenses look pretty decent. They have a really good running game. So like that's how Vikings used to look really good. Like they would have a good defense and their run game was just strong. And defense is supposed to, win championships, but the Falcons have looked pretty strong. Obviously Ritter, he's got a lot of improvement to do. But that run game is crazy. Bijan looks strong. He's everything we wanted him to be. Yeah, see, Marcy said Falcons are legit.
No, they're not.
It's just Ritter. That's the thing, man. Like if they
That's
so
yeah. You remember the fucking Ravens?
what if they had Justin Fields? How would what if it would be different?
If who? The Falcons?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be different. I think
Yeah,
Arthur Smith would run. They would rush for over 4,000 yards if they had Justin Fields.
Justin Fields is a much better passer than Ritter.
Much?
Yes,
much better?
Ritter.
Passer,
Yeah.
I think yes. I think the decision
Much
making
better though.
Yes, much
I think
better.
they're both bottom 7 passers in the NFL.
Josh said barely.
Yeah, I agree with Josh.
He's a better passer.
Awful passers. God awful.
Ritter will be replaced next year.
So will Justin Fields, most likely.
But Justin Fields is good enough he could get a shot at another team if they decide to replace him.
That year, man, I really wish the Vikings would have took a swing at him in that round. They're like, all right, we'll just let the Bears go ahead of us and pick him. They just trade up in front of us. I was like, dude, if they would have fell to I think if he would have sat 2 years behind Kirk Cousins, I think Fields would have been pretty developed at that time and be coming into a spot, where, you're getting like, if we just keep it in the same timeline, you'd be coming in line to get, Justin Jefferson and then Addison and then Hawkinson. So if it's like the same situation, right? And having Fields come into that situation. I mean, the line's still pretty bad, but we can see that he can scramble enough to get away. But having those players, he still just has DJ Moore. Cole Kmet's all right, but he's not TJ Hawkinson. Mooney's all right, but he's not Jordan Addison. You know what I'm saying? And DJ Moore is not Justin Jefferson. So, it's like, just imagine the difference would be crazy. I like Kirk, but I've been a huge Kirk hater for a long time, but I was like, this year, I was like, there's something about this offense where they're just going to huck the ball, dude. There's something about this.
I would say that it's hard to say that anyone with like 3 or 4 quarterbacks could show up and do what Kirk's doing.
You invested in a lot. You went out to go get a top tight end. You already invested in a top wide receiver, and then this year you drafted a top receiver again. Like they invested in that offense, the passing offense.
San Francisco won 14 of last 15 home games.
You remember when the Seahawks went like 4 years without losing at home?
Man, Goff almost broke that record for most passes without an interception. Gave it up this
month. Dude, I got to give Dustin Ludke shit. He tweeted that like the day before, like Jared Goff's blah, 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 blah. Hopefully it doesn't happen.
It's a good stat. It's got to be hard.
So, did you see Joshua's comment?
Which one?
Fields apparently is something of Pandora's box. Is it what you unlock a good thing or bad thing?
I think so. I think the coaching schemes are really, really bad. I think that there's nobody. This kid has all the talent in the world, right? Nobody there. So think about Josh Allen, right? He was terrible in his first year. Couldn't throw the ball. And he progressively, after year 3, same thing with Jalen Hurts, right? It took him about 3 years to progressively with somebody to help him learn how to throw the ball. Like you were picking up these players that you knew were these special athletes who could run the ball and make decisions. Like, like if something's happening, like, all right, I can run the ball and get away. Same thing with Lamar. It's just like you're investing in that. And that's what Fields is. And you're like, all right, well, I'm going to teach you how to throw the ball more because you can teach that. You can't teach the other shit. You can't teach the running. That's not teachable. You can teach someone how to throw the ball, right? So it's like they're just not teaching him. I think that's on the coaches. That's on the staff. Like they should be investing their time in teaching this kid how to be a quarterback. Just like Richardson, right? If they don't invest that time in teaching him how to be like a quarterback, like he can run the hell out of the ball. Like if you look at his stats versus Minshew's stats when he came in, like Minshew's stats looked way better. Just Richardson had 2 rushing touchdowns. Like Minshew's stats looked like a quarterback stats. Like
I hope y'all ready for Minshew Madness this week.
Dude, I'm such a Gardner fan. Just man, how can you not be a Gardner fan?
Like a real shot,
How can you not be a Gardner fan? He's such a people person, dude. He's just like he just wants to be the stash, like everything, the short shit, like everything about it was just like he just wants to have fun. and he wants to go out there and win some games. And he actually, I mean, he had some good stats last week. It wasn't terrible.
So this game's pretty much over. It looks like. I mean, the Giants have taken all their starters out, minus a couple receivers, but that's.
Ronnie's
I don't think Ritter's a product of the system. I just don't think Ritter was the dude.
I don't like Ritter, man. I was never a fan of Ritter.
It was that quarterback class. Like there were teams looking for quarterbacks, and that quarterback class didn't have like a whole lot to offer.
Then just instead of doing that, maybe trade that pick away, right, for like a veteran quarterback and like a first-round pick the following year. You know what I'm saying?
They had
to imagine Aaron Rodgers in that offense.
They had Marcus Mariota. That's not a veteran quarterback.
No, I mean, yeah, but Mariota wasn't going to do it.
So what if they would have traded for like
Aaron Rodgers?
No, that wasn't happening then.
No, that would have been too expensive. You had to get somebody cheap. I think you probably just roll with somebody cheap. I think that's what they're doing this year.
Matt Ryan at that time. I mean, I think he went to the wrong system. What if he would have been good there?
Well, he was there.
I know. Just keep him there.
They're running. I think they're just running with somebody that's cheap. Like Ritter's there. He's already paid for. They drafted him.
Jordan Mason's in.
Carson Wentz.
Yeah, sure. Carson Wentz. At least Carson Wentz would air it out. He probably throw a lot of picks, but he'd air it out.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I don't think Ritter's the answer there, man. That's why
so they trade for take that bet.
I like Bailey Zappi. I was kind of a Bailey Zappi truther.
I like Zappi. He's got that 70s porn stash.
How about Minshew, baby?
I don't know what you know about 70s porn or how much 70s porn you've been watching. But
Marcy knows.
Anyway.
Jets have a lot of primetime games. They're going to be doing that with Zach Wilson. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, man. They're that. So
Lex.
That's awful.
Lex him out.
I feel bad. Because everybody was hoping to get Aaron Rodgers in like that elite offense with a killer defense. And so that's why they got so many primetime games. And then, what was it? 75 seconds or 45 seconds or something like that?
3 plays.
Dude, Brock Purdy's stats are ridiculous.
Now you got Sam Darnold, the guy that took the second string spot from Trey Lance.
Yeah, it's wild, man. That blows my mind. I think that Dallas made a good move to go out and get him, though. Trey Lance, at least the talent is there. So it's like maybe we see what they have in this kid for especially for what they paid for him, Well,
yeah, I mean, and they're gonna have Dak. They're gonna roll with Dak, and then maybe he can learn underneath them. I mean, who knows? But it gives them an opportunity to sign him for cheap at the end of his rookie deal.
No, I agree with that. You think if Purdy gets him to the playoffs, you think he gets a big deal?
How many years does he get on his rookie contract?
So probably 4. I think only first round draft. I think first round picks they have the option of 5 because they get they pay that much up for him. They get that they get that extra year. I think it's 4 years. I'm just guessing right now, but I think I'm right. I think it's 4 years.
He's still at man. He's got. I mean, they
franchise him, right? I mean, if he does really so if you get, let's say you make it to the semifinals, you don't go out there and pay him to keep him.
Why? You still have 2 more years.
I suppose it's true.
Dude, they got 2 more years of cheap labor, which is probably unfair, but they get 2 more years of bottom of the barrel draft pick.
4-year, $373 million, not $373,000. That would be fucking hilarious. $3.7 million. So he got a $77,000 signing bonus. He's loaded.
Mike McCarthy is the who's the QB coach in Dallas? Shoot, I don't even know. Dang, what a hell of a game. That was terrible.
What's his name? Is that former quarterback?
What time does the next show start up?
It starts in 4 minutes.
All right. We'll get out of here. Make sure you guys go over. Is it on the Fantasy Football Advice Network?
Yeah, Fantasy Football Advice Network. I'm going to post a link. I'm going to post it on Twitter as soon as it goes live. But yeah, just hop over. If you go to Fantasy Football Advice Network, you'll see it's upcoming. Just click on it. And I think it's JC, I think tonight it'll probably be Corey, Kyle, me, and you, and then Iggy may pop on later, you said?
That's what he said.
We'll see.
I'm going to see if I can – let's see.
But it'll be a good time. Ronnie, I expect you to be there lighting the chat up.
Share. No. Copy. Let me get this real quick.
Sky more truthing in the chat, man. Come on.
Here we go.
Late for me. I didn't realize it was already 11:30.
All right, the link is in there in the chat for that show. I threw that in there. So just make sure y'all come over if you want to keep talking football. We're going to talk about this game a little bit. Talk about whatever, get some questions in about start sets and all that stuff. But we'll get out of here so Tyler can get all situated for his show.
Yeah, so it's in 3 minutes. And Joshua, 2 of the guys that are in the next show are diehard Cowboys fans, so they will probably know the answer to your quarterback coach question. So come on over.
It's Scott Tolzien.
Duh. There you go. All right, y'all. Appreciate everyone coming out. It was a blast. We always love Thursdays. All right. Peace.